Wanna take you for a ride. 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 Wanna take you for a ride.
Turn it off.
Wanna take you for a ride.
Turn it off.
For a ride. Wanna take you for
God damn it. Try to keep a straight face. Yo, welcome to Real Figures, episode number 51. My name is Omar V. Bring you the latest action figure toy news of the week. And man, obviously you guys can tell, man, what a week to talk toys, guys. If you guys fans of Marvel vs. Capcom, or Marvel vs. Capcom minus the Capcom, you're gonna love this show, man. Because obviously, man, Hasbro kicking it off this or had some cool news this week, cool reveals. We're gonna talk about that. Some SH Figure Arts stuff kind of popped off last couple of weeks that I haven't been on. Cool effect pieces that they're putting out all the time, man. I really got to start paying more attention to that stuff because it's awesome. I don't want to miss out. Some 1/6 action and even McFarlane, man. Speaking of McFarlane, my boy Pac always slides in. So we'll get into that stuff. But before I say what's up to the chat, I'll go through my halls, give people time to come in and stuff. If you guys didn't catch the intro, man, replay the episode, guys. I work hard for these intros, man. Oh man, I always try to say stupid stuff throughout the week, and then I'll show it off. Hasbro coming through. Speaking of Hasbro, got some Cobra Vipers. Retro Cobra Vipers are in stock right now, so I got a couple of those. I only kind of just opened this one before the show, just because I had it right here. And then some NECA action too. I got a couple of these Elite Foot Ninjas. Dude, NECA kills it, man. Dude, but where they lack though is definitely like articulation, like freaking thigh swivel on this. I get you don't want to break up the sculpt, but they're dope pieces. They're awesome pieces, and like they really make up for it, like in the accessory department. Because I was just like opening this guy, and I'm like, man, look at all this stuff he comes with, bro. He's like got all kinds of weapons, cool little stuff for like dioramas. It is a little bit cell shaded, or in that shading that they do for their paint jobs, but that Mirage line is awesome. And then I also had to get the Leatherhead. This thing is dope, man. It's super chunky. Somewhat of an articulated tail. It's not too much. Like I was just saying about that Elite guy, it lacks in articulation, but they make up for it like in sculpt and paint, I think. I feel like NECA they're killing it. They've always been killing it for a while. And then I'll jump over some Masterverse stuff. I got that new Eternia Beastman. It's that new Eternia. Their last new Eternia version was awesome. It was like super deluxe. I think you could still buy it for like $15 or something. But this one just to me looked a little bit more classic, especially in the head sculpt. Like that head sculpt, the dope ass like little plastic kind of looks like a gem. Looked awesome. And then that whip, got that whip game. And then fucking whip got stuck on this dude. Then arigato, Mr. Roboto. Same thing I can say about NECA. I can say about this. Lacking in articulation, but man, Toy Addict Factor, come on, guys, check this out. This is awesome. This is so awesome. This dude is sick. New Eternia Roboto. I needed him, man, just because he's a cool character. It's just, this is what I mean about like Masters of the Universe. It's got like sci-fi and fantasy just kind of mixed into like a cartoon and a toy line. It's dope, and I like what Mattel's doing with that line, And also my boy Todd couldn't go without my boy Todd. Got that Dr. Fate Silver Age. Shout out to MRG Toys, man. He hooked it up with this. We didn't hook it up. I had to buy it, but he has these dope effect pieces on his Etsy shop or on his Instagram. Follow him, give him a follow, give him like a purchase on some of this stuff. This is awesome. I was like, God damn it, Jesus Christ, Todd, you can't give us one effect piece. I think this thing came with like a set of hands, and that was it. Obviously, soft goods cape, I'll give my boy points, but this effect piece, he gave me 2 of them, and I bought like these 2 other kind of glowing hands that kind of have like mystical hand type of things. I don't know what you call them. But I was like, you know what? I need something for this fucking thing. Like, you know what I mean? And same thing, man. Toyetic factor, bro. The colors that characters used to be drawn in and stuff. It's like, look at this shit now. So boring. It's like, oh man, I don't like seeing that shit all the time. And then also, what else did I get? We got fucking talk some Marvel Legends. I saw this Marvel Legends Adam Warlock, and I had to get him just for that freaking gauntlet that right now I have it on my Obsidian Surfer. But man, it's like some fucking Fantastic Four wave today too. But man, that gauntlet, that Infinity Gauntlet, I've seen people use it on like Deadpool. You can use it for whatever. I just kind of put it on my Obsidian Surfer just because I hadn't really even done much with this one. I didn't even have it displayed out, but I was like, you know what? It'll look cool with him just because he's like all kind of off silver and stuff. And then also some G.I. Joe. I got that Dr. Mindbender. Fucking, I haven't opened it yet though. But I think that's all I got, man. As always, guys, let me know what you guys are picking up, what's out there, what you guys are digging on. Obviously, this show is kind of based around new stuff, new pre-orders and stuff. But man, there's always like a bunch of cool stuff in stock. I know, like right now with like the tariff situation or whatever's going on with like trade wars and stuff. It's like when they use the word war, I'm like, relax, guys. Yeah, you know, obviously that's gonna throw stuff off, but there's cool stuff out there right now, man. Like, you know, this thing is like $20. I was just getting a kick out of how this shit looks. Like, this shit's awesome looking. You know, it's just like $22 or whatever. There's like cool stuff out there that you could always get, backtrack on. You don't always have to buy like the new stuff out there. You could always backtrack on stuff. I've been looking at some of the Playmates Simpsons stuff. And then some of the Mezco Family Guy stuff. I actually bought like this. I've always seen it, and it's like they're not really articulated, but they look kind of like they fit like in a 112 type of shelf. It's the Peter Griffin where he's fighting that chicken, and it's just like a little Mezco set where he's just like he's like Kamen Rider kicking this dude, and the chicken's like, you know, those scenes where they're all fighting. I just want to have that like randomly on a shelf somewhere, and like, man, I always saw that like on eBay. Price is always kind of going up and down. And the other day I was watching, I think it was a Talker Art reel or a video. Like, he's been showing off his toy room and stuff. It's awesome. And then he kind of showed off his like Mezco Family Guy stuff. And I'm like, man, I gotta pull the trigger on that thing. And I finally did. So I got that coming in. But that's like super old, you know, it's just super old, but it's like cool toys that have existed and stuff. But yo, say what's up to the chat real quick. Small little chat that we got here, but we'll get into the toy news right now after that. Mr. Ortega's in there. I was just, hey, yo, what's up, Ortega? Hey, the skaters in the building. Yo, hey, what up, man? Yeah, he's got the intro. I was just saying, Pac photos in the house, man. Heck yeah, that effect piece is dope. Yeah, he had 2 of them. Like, they come in like a 2-pack. And then I bought other ones that are just, they don't have like the circle thing. I forget what that thing is called. But yeah, he has that. Because like even on the McFarlane Instagram, I saw like that they posted a picture where he's like shooting some kind of like lightning effect. And they're like, yeah, it looks so awesome. And it's just like, yeah, you guys didn't add anything in the box. That's extra. Like, you know, it's like, come on. And that was a $30 item. You know, it's just like, Todd, man, come on, Todd. You know, you weren't like that before, man. But we'll get into the toy news, guys, because like I was saying, man, we got plenty of stuff to talk about. We'll get right into it, man. First off, last week I didn't really get to talk about this 1/6 Thundercats Mondo Mumra, but it did go up for pre-order $285, I believe it is. Didn't sell out. I think now they're kind of doing more non-timed exclusive editions, so it kind of gives people just an opportunity to kind of just get the whole thing. At least that's from what I understood. I didn't really see any kind of like extra accessories that were behind like a timed window. But this thing is awesome, man. It's already been getting teased out for a while, multiple events that they were at. It just looks so sick. Like, obviously for 1/6 fans or 1/6 collectors, they have like a limited range of stuff that they can buy. But I feel like there's enough companies out there offering at least a little bit of everything, because we're gonna get into some of the in art stuff, and that's what I mean when you talk about iconic characters, like iconic 80s villains, cartoon villains. Like Mum-Ra is definitely up there. He belongs up there with like Skeletor, Megatron, Cobra Commander. He's up there. His design always so awesome to me. Just when I see this, the only thing I would really want is like a 112 series of figures of this, man. Super 7 ain't for me. I can't do the Super 7 stuff. I wouldn't mind if it was slightly bigger than 112, obviously. Like it's a more 7-inch scale. Especially for a character that like this. It's just so imposing, it's so cool. These guys going all out, obviously, with the detail on it, the effects, the soft goods, the multiple head sculpts. Mondo kills it, man. Mondo kills it. If you're like a 1/6 collector, I feel like Mondo has got to be one of your favorite companies out there, because they're giving you, like I said, a wide mix of stuff. They're giving you like old 80s stuff. For us, they grew up in the 90s. Obviously, you're seeing X-Men stuff, the Spider-Man stuff, the Batman stuff. They're doing it all. And I feel like one day they might even dip into like a G.I. Joe, cartoon collection. And that's going to be awesome. That's going to be awesome. I know right now a lot of people are kind of waiting for like more of their like 112 stuff. They actually kind of premiered a few Ghostbuster figures already. People are kind of looking forward to. Price tags are a little crazy, but we got to wait to see just how how they are in hand, and obviously how people like them. But like I was just saying about NECA, man, articulation might not be there all the time, but I feel like they're approaching it in a different way, and they're nailing exactly what they're going after. The high detail, the multiple accessories, multiple looks, stuff where they have to kind of cut corners. Obviously, articulation right here, they're not going to have it, but they still find a way to kind of offer you something to switch it up. Obviously, a different portrait. It's going to make it a lot better of a release. Scale, obviously, it's important to not only a 1/6 collector, 112 collector. They nailed it, man. I even saw them kind of go back and redo their Wolverine. Now it's more stockier, more beefier. Take a look at a Marvel Legends this week. That, man, they hit it out of the park, man. So for what it's worth, I feel like Mondo is continuing to still go strong, man, into this year. Last year they came out pretty hard, and I feel like they're gonna keep coming like cool stuff to people to buy, or at least offer, because like I was saying, this might not be for me, but if I was a 1/6 collector, I'd be happy with like a company like this, kind of putting more stuff out there for us, because, man, like I was just kind of going through my hauls. It's like, man, you get all this 6-inch action, 7-inch stuff. It's cool to see a wide range of stuff, man, because from there we move into a more 1-to-1 scale, from a company that's obviously well known for their 1/6 stuff. But Lilo and Stitch, we got my boy Stitch, guys. And I don't know if you guys have seen the movie yet, man. Have you guys seen the movie, the new one? I liked it. I thought it was a good live action version of it, but man, it's just every time Disney kind of does these movies, to me, it loses a little bit of the charm in like the original movie, because with animation, and I mean, they could have done it with Stitch, but they switch up so much with like more of the human characters. I don't know if it's because they can't emote the same as a cartoon or whatever. Something gets lost in the translation. The stuff that gets lost gets made up for in the toys if they come out looking this good. Because this Stitch right here, it looks fucking awesome. I gotta have it, bro. It's only like $200, and I was actually surprised. I remember when I first bought like a Hot Toys Grogu, it was like $400, and I was like, man, you know what? That's a lot, but it looks like a 1-to-1 version, and I was like, yeah, I don't mind. This being like $250, I was like, hey, this is awesome. This is fucking cool as fuck. Do I like the animated Stitch better? Yeah, I do. But something that's gonna get translated into live action, and it has to look good, bro. Everybody remembers what happened with Sonic. When did they show off that Sonic with his little teeth? It was like, whoa, what are we doing? Thank God the producers went back. They changed that up because the fans were like, yo, this looks terrible. It looks nightmare fuel, They nailed this Stitch, man. They killed this Stitch. The design is just translated good enough to where it's just like, yeah, this dude looks cool. In the movie, he was awesome. Like I said, though, anytime they translate something to live action, it loses something, because even in the movie, a little bit of Stitch is like emo when he would kind of recognize that he was fucking up or he was doing something wrong, or he was even like learning. They kind of skip over that stuff in the live action. I don't want to spoil too much, but they kind of skip over a lot of stuff because when this dude comes to the planet, you got to remember he's experiment 626. He's not fucking like, he doesn't know this world, you know. So in the animated movie, he's always analyzing stuff and then like using it to his advantage. Obviously he loses the arms, the extra arms and stuff, you know, tries to look more like a dog. This figure is awesome. This shit is awesome with the sunglasses. Oh, I love it, man. I saw this and I was like, yo, this is fucking cool shit, man. This is looks awesome just to have around the house and stuff. Whoever sees it, they're gonna love it too, obviously. It's so cool. I don't know. I wish the movie would have been slightly better, but like I said, still enjoyable. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. To me, I always like the animated movie. I remember when I first saw that, I was like, man, this is like one of the last few movies that were like cartoon, you know, drawn out. From there, you kind of start seeing more and more Pixar stuff. But man, Stitch is a classic, and he's one of the highest grossing characters for Disney of all time. For being a fairly new character, this little motherfucker has grossed so much money for Disney just based off of the toys, the merch, because man, chicks like him because he looks cute as fuck. You know, a dude would like him because he looks cool as fuck, you know. He looks cool as fuck, and he's a little badass, and it's just awesome, and it's gonna sell a lot of merch, you know. So like right here, you kind of have a little 1-to-1 scale, you know, size comparison with the human. And yeah, it just looks awesome, man. So I saw this. I haven't pre-ordered it, but I kind of do want to get around to it. It's just, I think it's Q4 next year that is estimated to come out. So it's still a ways away, where I don't think they're gonna sell out of this thing, but it looks awesome. But we do got more chat sliding in. Let me say what's up to everybody, man. Caught the stream early-ish. Raceland, what's up with it, man? What's good with you? We got Ghost Tab saying hello. Miss Ortega says, I do want that Mumra. Yeah, man, that looks awesome, bro. Like I can't be mad at anybody going in for that, even with the lack of, like I was saying, articulation. It makes up for it. NYC Figure Fanatic, he says, yeah, time to get real. Yo, what's up, NYC? What's good with you, man? Yo, are we doing a giveaway this week? I don't know, guys. The gayest person in the chat won last week, but maybe we do another one. I keep forgetting you put the buy in bi-weekly. My man, go Stab. I like that comment. Coming to the night. Hustle SM in the houses. What's up, Omar? What's up, chat? Yo, Hustle, what's up, man? B Rivera in the house. It was Cheeks. Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't, like I said, it loses a lot in the translation of it, man. I could sneak this as a giant Mumra in my 7-inch collection. I don't know, man. I was thinking that one time, Ortega, with like it was a really big character. It was a Clayface. I was like, man, you know, Clayface, he kind of gets a little bit large in that shit, but not that large. No way. I don't think so, man. I think it would look slightly off. But like I was saying, man, if that stuff sells well, the potential for like a company, like a 7-inch scale company, maybe Mattel, maybe MEZCO, like, you know, gets a license. Maybe they want to tackle it. Maybe NECA. The potential for like that IP to stay relevant, it helps out that Mono puts that stuff out, because then other companies say, hey, these guys sold the shit ton of this. There's more 6-7-inch collectors out there than 1/6, I would say. You know, maybe we get them, guys. Cartoon version will always be the superior version. Yeah, I would have to agree with that. Lilo's sister wasn't thick enough in the live action. Correct. Bingo. Andy's Pandy says, hey, yo, what's up, Andy's? Keep it away from dust. Yeah, you have to little vacuum, little scrub this motherfucker and shit. This entire time I thought Stitch was the name of the little kid. Oh, come on, Ghost Have. And even that, dude, I'm telling you, there's stuff that gets lost in it where, man, like, I don't know. You have to watch like the cartoon version and then this version kind of close together, maybe the day before or day after, to really kind of be able to pick it out, point it out. Like, it's hard to really remember the stuff, because when you're watching the movie, you're just enjoying the movie, you know? And I had already seen this Hot Toys kind of getting previewed out, and I was like, man, this dude just looks so awesome, man. Diggs Fig sliding in says, yo, what up, Diggs? But yo, we'll move on, because along with that, Hot Toys is also putting out a 2.0 Predator 1 movie, and man, this shit looks, you want iconic. This is iconic, man. I can't wait for that new movie, that new series also that's coming out. Movie looks kind of, I don't know, there's stuff in there that I'm like, hey, what are you guys doing here? But the cartoon, that anthology series that's coming out, I think on Hulu, looks pretty cool, man. I want to see what's up with that fucking that pilot one, that like World War II pilot. I'm like, man, that'd be so awesome. Like a Predator would want to like tangle with one of those, man. I forgot the name of man, there's like this name of this like fucking, he was a Nazi though. He was like a Nazi fucking ace. He took down, like, his kill count is like so much more higher than anybody. Obviously, Disney, Fox, they're not gonna fucking portray a Nazi taking on a fucking Predator. But that motherfucker would have been on one of these guys' lists. Like, yo, we gotta see what's up with this guy. Why is he taking on so many other fighters and he hasn't been taken down? That idea, that concept is sick, and I want to watch that. I want to watch that episode because, yeah, man, like the lore and stuff too, like the Predators is just so awesome. Like I've said, I don't know if you guys have checked out those Marvel versus Predator, Alien versus Predator, or Alien versus Marvel comic series. They're fucking awesome. They're sick. That I'm like, man, Disney's stupid. They could easily put this out like an animation. Like, I think right now it's the Spider-Man versus Predator. It makes total sense, dude. Spider-Man's fucking spidey senses would just like, he would be on level with like a Predator, you know. The first one was Wolverine versus Predator. Obviously, man, you know Wolverine is gonna be able to tangle with this thing, but it's not like an even fight like you would think, or it's not one-sided you would think, you know. Like, these heroes really have to think on their head. And then I think the second one was Black Panther versus Predator, which is obviously so fucking awesome. Like, one of these things landing in Wakanda. Like, how awesome is that to see a movie of that or something? Obviously, the comics are getting the opportunity to in that medium, but I think the majority of people would want to see something like that as opposed to fucking, I don't know what that new Predator movie is, dude. That shit looks fucking weird, you know? But I would want to see, yeah, I would want to see fucking the Black Panther was fucking vibranium armor taking on one of these motherfuckers, you know? See who's got the advantage now, piece of shit. But this figure's awesome. Like I was saying, iconic characters, iconic movie characters. Like, man, what's more iconic than fucking Predator, Terminator, RoboCop, stuff like that? And it's cool that Hot Toys is kind of going back and giving people an opportunity to maybe get this figure or this character, or just update it, because they did do, this is the deluxe version that comes with this extra helmet, little base stand, and then they did do a side-by-side comparison where it's like this, the new one right here on the right, it's got a little bit more refined, upgraded armor, where, yeah, you can kind of see it, you know, where if I still had the first one, I wouldn't be totally mad. But even this new one has like these little skeleton, little trophy, you know, necklaces around them. So I can't believe that first one didn't have that. I'm glad the MEZCO came with that type of stuff, you know. MEZCO one was pretty legit. But yeah, this is awesome. I believe this is like $285 right now on the Sideshow site, or a little bit more than that. I think it's like more $350 around there, but it's super sick, man. What's this guy saying? This guy Andy found every Target exclusive gold label McFarlane this morning, and I left them all. Fucking Andy's, bro. Man. Oh well, that's not the gayest thing I heard today. Man. New Predator can only be beating my scrawny 100-pound girls. Yeah, dude. I want to see. I want to see this up with that movie. But like I said, I'm looking more forward to the series right here, Badlands. Yeah, Raceland knows. It looks so awesome. I think it looks sick as fuck. I like to see Punisher versus Predator. Yeah, there you go. Like Punisher. Even I think Daredevil would even be able to match up with him, because you know his senses are heightened a bit. Obviously he's got good hand-to-hand combat, and like the thing about these things is they're gonna fight you as level playing as they can, you know. So if they know this motherfucker blind, obviously they're not gonna use a fucking laser gun on his ass or something crazy, but they're gonna definitely try to test him to his limit. Like I said, man, just the concept of Predator, how could they make anything bad of this using this character? How can you make anything bad? You can literally make this thing versus anything, and it's gonna work, you know. Obviously people always would want to see that, like versus a samurai, you know, shit like that, like legendary type of warriors in their time. These things would, you know, obviously try to, like I said, level the playing field as much as they can. But shit, yeah, this thing is awesome. Along with, like I said, that T2 Terminator, like, man, fuck. I don't want to be on the Hot Toy stuff too much, because I do have these two pre-orders, that Dr. Doom and that Darth Vader. They're gonna start charging pretty soon. So like I don't want to jump on stuff, but man. 1/6 collectors are eating good, man. Because along with that, like I was saying, NR they're putting out a couple 1/6 figures all the time. Also, they were known for 1/6 stuff. They got Thorin Oakenshield from The Hobbit. Not really my favorite kind of Middle Earth type of movie. That Tolkien stuff, but it was okay. It wasn't really, man, I don't really like it too much. Just too much dwarf action, but likeness is there, man. NR's killing it with their stuff. Like their price points compared to Hot Toys, I can't really distinguish too much because I haven't really been in the market for stuff like this. But like I was saying, just offerings for 1/6 collectors is there. When it comes to the likeness, they're killing it. Because along with that, they are also putting out this motherfucker Snape from Harry Potter. Potter. I always hated this prick. This guy was such a fucking piece of shit, bro. But like I was saying, man, tell me this doesn't look like a fucking picture of the actor, dude. Like in costume, so good that like, man, they're making it for these collectors, man. They're making museum quality stuff. They will look good in any collection. If you're a fan of this, even if you're not like an action figure collectible collector. How many fans of Harry Potter are there? I know they have a new series coming out. Just saw the casting, looks fucking great. I think personally, you give this to any Harry Potter fan, they're gonna be like, "Whoa, this is awesome." They're instantly gonna want the rest, more characters. These guys are making it. They're offering it to the people, man. So it is out there for collectors, and I like to think that a show like this kind of puts it out there because, man, like I'll show this to other people that are like not into toys, but they're into stuff like obviously movies, and they'll see stuff like this and they'll be like, "Damn, that looks crazy," that looks awesome. Like I could see myself buying something like that. And like I said, it's people that are not really into toys. You know, uh, fucking, we got Codename sliding in. The Predator is dope. Yeah, hell yeah, that shit looks awesome, bro. Like I was saying, I wish I had money for that stuff, but man, I can't just be be going away at it. This motherfucker is crazy, dog. Diddy versus Predator. Oh man, that's wild, man. That's wild, dude. Every now and then I'll go in to see what's up with that case, and I'm like, man, this shit sounds too crazy. They're pissing in the chick's mouth. Blind Samurai isn't a bad idea since enhanced other senses. Yeah, I mean, even the Blind Samurai movie would be cool, right? Man, I thought Snape is black. Is that they casted a black Snape in the new one? I don't know. I think the casting for like Harry, they look good. Like the little kids look good, but I don't know. We got to still see the portrayal, how they tweak it around. Like I said, man, anytime they want to translate stuff, they're always gonna tweak it around somewhat. Obviously, sometimes people will say modern day writing and all that stuff. Yeah, you could point that out. The Stitch movie, like I said, I still enjoyed it for what it was, but it's slightly tweaked. That it's like you just have to translate this. It's already written down for you. You just have to copy and paste, you dumb fuck. Obviously elevate everything, with the budget and stuff. Omar's scared of Middle Earth. Yeah, I know. It'd be one of the fucking little wieners that get killed right away. Sexy Eyes giving Rebel Tech a run for his money. Oh, we're going to get into that, man. Let's actually keep on going, man. Let's keep on trucking because we do got a lot of stuff to kind of cover. Like Hustle SM is leading into. We'll get into that. But jumping back to the NR stuff, the NR 112, Black Myth, Wukong, Bougie. What's this motherfucker's name? Blue Bougie or some shit? Oh man, this little pig is so fucking cool. Zoo Bougie or Baji. This little pig looks so awesome, man. This thing went kind of going viral as soon as the show ended for me 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh man, this looks cool. I would have wanted to talk about it, but yeah, slide over 2 weeks, and obviously people are fans of this game, Black Myth Wukong. This thing is gonna obviously be easy to cop, but man, obviously Journey to the West, one of the three disciples to the Sun Wukong. Like they're gonna come out with the other characters. I want to see like the portrayal. I haven't played this game myself, so I don't know how they look, but man, the design of this dude just looks so sick that yeah, I want to see how the other characters are like portrayed through this fucking shit. This looks sick. Just action figure wise, like this looks awesome. I haven't really caught too much information on this stuff, like as far as price points, but it's crazy to me that they're already kind of have this stuff ready to go. I think this was like one of the prototypes that was like fully painted when we first started seeing like the InArt stuff. Obviously they kind of went through the DC stuff. They obviously showed off their 1/6 stuff, and then they started showing off this Black Myth Wukong stuff. And this little guy was like one of the ones that was just kind of looked like it was ready to go, you know. So it is already kind of shipping out to some influencers, some early looks at it. Like shout out to Isaac Wong. He actually kind of had a pretty good review up on his Facebook page and his social media accounts and stuff. So we got to take a look at some of the scale to it, and like this just looks so good to me. Like, man, this looks good. You know, obviously people say the little head is big, but I mean it's a little pig dude, man. Looks good to me. I saw people point out the head size, but I thought it looked great. And then yeah, just like the detail is going into like all the sculpt and stuff. I think maybe they could have attempted soft goods here and there, but I don't know if the paint and all that stuff is gonna match exactly. But outside of that, man, just looking at through Isaac Wong's like photography and stuff on his page, it's like, man, it's like it looks so detailed and it's fucking crazy. You know, it's crazy that they're putting so much detail into their stuff for a company that wasn't really known to do 112 figures. You know, I think everybody kind of got to see reviews of that Bale Batman, just how good those head sculpts looked and stuff. And then obviously there's going to be nitpicks coming out the gates. You know, I think that thing didn't have like a soft goods cape. I have been seeing people already kind of putting out upgrade accessory kits for it, stuff like that. So it's cool. It looks like the company's kind of off to a good start and stuff. But you know, for me, I still want to get some of the stuff in hand. I do have that Bale Batman on pre-order just to see what's up with it, you know, just to see what's up with the new hot shit, man, you know. But this guy, like I said, since I'm not really familiar with the game, to me it just looks cool, like another anthropomorphic figure that'll fit into that whole little shelf that I got with like my Fury toy stuff and all that, you know, like just third-party TMNT stuff. To me, I just kind of put all those figures in kind of the same kind of shelf and stuff. So I do like it for that. And then yeah, like there's multiple fucking Sun Wukong figures out there. If you got that Noda one, go take a look at some blank bodies from them right now. That Noda, you kind of slide it in with that. And then that takes us into the Fury toys. I believe Sun Wukong is gonna have this bonus accessory, little Monkey King or little monkey accessory too to go with it. Bonus, completely free. They're not gonna charge you anything. It's not gonna be an added on tariff or anything. That's awesome. That's awesome of them. Like I was saying, I saw this and I was like, man, who comes out with that? You know, usually companies might offer maybe price changes going up. These guys are giving you free stuff. It's like, oh, that's fucking dope. And it's not like some little statue piece or some little throwaway accessory. Like this is a whole figure. Like I would even just buy this little monkey. Like this shit just looks dope to me, you know. And yeah, it just looks like to them they have a passion for making toys, because for them to just make this, you know, out of the blue and not really tease it out in any of the prototyped images for their release, it's pretty cool. Like it just kind of came out of nowhere. So yeah, if you have this Sun Wukong, either the standard or damaged from Fury Toys pre-order, now you get a bonus added, you know, fully articulated monkey soldier. So that's fucking sick. And I wonder if they're even going to sell them in packs. That'd be awesome of them if they kind of offer like little packs or whatever. You know, I don't know, maybe if it's a specific character or anything, but I thought that was fucking sick as fuck. Anything free is welcomed, obviously. Bougie has such a dope backstory in the game. Dude simped hard for a girl and he cock blocked himself in Earth. Oh man, sounds like a fucking like a little simpy boy. Simpy pig boy. BBT has his little pig dude for $50. Oh no shit. Damn, I was definitely out of the loop on that. I'm gonna have to jump on that pre-order because yeah, that's a can't miss price. And like man, I've just been kind of more out of like pre-ordering stuff. Just even keeping track of like the toy news has been, man, it's just been like a lot of extra stuff that I got going on. But man, yeah, there's always stuff like on the back of my mind that I got to get around to. But man, $50. That's great. I gotta jump on that. NR is phenomenal looking. Hope it poses as great as it looks. Yeah, it does. Like to me, for like obviously the size, the body shape, I feel like it does what it needs to, you know. And like for sure, obviously you guys go follow Isaac Wong. Go check out his like photos and stuff, because he does more justice to like the detail of these figures than the actual company and their promotional images. Like he gets up close. I think it has like an articulated jaw where if it does, you don't see any hands right there. Like, man, that's good. Like, I like that shit, you know? As I've heard that it'll break up too much of the sculpt, so people just kind of offer an extra head. Like, nah, these guys are figuring stuff out, you know? Like right now, as the kind of show continues, we're gonna get into some like blank body actions and stuff like that, like blank figure bodies. And just like the articulation schemes that these guys are coming up with out there. Obviously taking inspiration from other companies like Hustle was pointing out with the Rebel Tech stuff. Rebel Tech getting a run for their money. Yeah, it's awesome, cool shit going on. Because like I was saying, Fury Toys also, not only are they making Monkey Kings, little monkey figures, they're making some articulated female bodies. And man, this thing is looking good, bro. Like, holy smokes. It's hard to say which one of these companies is producing the best female body, because every time we see a new one, it's like, nah, this has got to be the best one. Scope wise, I think they're knocking it out of the park, you know. And then you look at the articulation, how nice it looks just in the elbow areas and knee areas. I don't know if anybody's looking at the kneecaps and the back of the knees, but I am, okay. And that's it, okay. I'm not looking at anything else, man. But no, all seriousness, like this just looks sweet. I can't wait to see what they use these bodies for, even if they're not just blank bodies, like what kind of characters they add on to this. Look at this, man. Give me a Spider Woman with this proportion size, you know. Like, hell yeah, I'll take that, you know, all day, man, you know. So yeah, this looks great. Like, look at just the range on that stuff with these like proportions, you know. It's just like it can be done, man, you know. That's what's like crazy to me. It's like we're gonna take a look at a Marvel Legend, like a Psylocke, and it's just like that's like their pinnacle for a female body. It's kind of sad, you know. You know, even though it's great and it's gonna do exactly what it needs to do is for that specific character, it's just like look at this stuff, man. You know, companies that are just kind of more like pop-ups at this point, man. Some more information on this when it comes out, but I am looking forward to that Fury Toys song Wukong, man. There's a couple of Wukongs out there you can get your hands on, man. There's definitely one out there for you if you haven't picked one up yet. But yeah, this is cool stuff being made by these types of companies, man. A lot of toy companies have concept arts. They had Wukong models as soon as the game came out. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure NR got in on some of that stuff, because that was like their main presence last I think it was a Shanghai Wonderfest. That was like their main like showcase, I think. That motherfucker is not real. Beat Rivera. A bonus is always appreciated. These prices through the roof. Yeah, exactly. I'll take it. And anytime there's something free at work or some shit, and I'm like, oh, that's my favorite flavor, free. I'll be like, hey, you want some donuts? I'll be like, yeah, fuck it, I'll take one. That's my favorite flavor, free. AZ Toy Hunters Guild in the house. Yo, what's up, AZ? What's good, you, man? Shit, how hot is it over there in AZ right now, man? Like, it's gotta be scorchy, man. If I'm fucking hot and bothered here, I know what's out there is it's a motherfucker. It's gotta be, bro. But man, shout out to you, AZ. Shout out to people out there, man. You guys keep cool. Fucking summer. I used to love the summer when I was a kid. Now I just fucking I want to get it over with. Free stuff for a figure that is never coming out. That Monkey King has been on pre-order for 2 years. Hey, come on, Codenames. It's probably the terrorists holding it up, bro. Come on, that's what we're blaming stuff on here. Obi-Wan Chingones says, yo, Omar, que pasa, chat? What's up, Obi-Wan? Good to see you, man. It's kind of sliding in beginning of the show. It's not, I haven't missed too much. Apparently that blank body is the same body from that purple booklet Warcraft though that's on 5K. Oh yeah, I saw that like World of Warcraft. I think it is like that elf chick, that thick one. I think you're right. Blank bodies have been amazingly satisfying. All the companies stepping up their game. Yeah, exactly. And Hustle's like the perfect transition, man. Like Hustle just types in the right transition words, and I'm like, yeah. Because along with that, we move into the Noda blank body, female body. And like I said, man, it's like each company's like upping their game, you know, one upping each other, and they're kind of pushing these guys because, hey, yo, I want to see this guy staring at his fingernails and not something else. But man, look at this. Like, you want to talk about proportions? Like this is knocking it out of the park too, you know. So it's just like pick and choose, you know, maybe get them all. Fuck it, you know, like, man, especially if you're a customizer. Shout out to my man NYC bootleg. Shout out to my man NYC, man. Dude, customizer heaven here, you know. Like I'm saying, I hope this guy's just looking at his fingernails. Oh man, this looks great. And I think this is already like a preview that we've seen for these chicks right here. So it still hasn't gone up for pre-order or anything, but man, it looks like they're teasing, man. They're teasing. Somebody's teasing something. I'll see somebody's teasing something. Oh man, did Boncho design this figure? Hey yo, my man Boncho. Yeah, damn, exactly, man. Yeah, you ain't lying. Hey, this is definitely the proportions of the somebody wanted. But hey, man, same goes here, man. I think these look great. So yeah, looking forward to seeing these go for pre-order, and then from there moving to Romanki, teasing out another female body that they have in the works. Everybody kind of went crazy for that first one that they put out. I think they put that gun girl Jessica on. But man, they're continuing to work on stuff, man. So they do have this little teaser image out on their social media accounts, and then up for pre-order they're putting up their V2 male body, and this thing looks pretty awesome, man. Just like I was saying about the females, the proportions are different. This the same can be said. Like this looks freaking cool. I didn't really go into pre-order any of them yet, but I did see that they were only like 35-40 bucks. And for a customizer, man, I feel like this is just good stuff, like this is just good stuff to make any kind of character that you want. I did like that they kind of added, like, kind of sculpted on different kind of head sculpts to each one, kind of give different kind of looks. So for like this more lighter tone, I could definitely see a Bane get made out of this like all day. And then definitely getting a little bit of inspiration from like Rebel Tech, with like other shit, and for them to just put in this huge range, like this is crazy, man. Like this is crazy. Obviously, we're everybody's taking a look at that Maximum Hulk and how they're pulling off the goddamn thunderclap and stuff. Like, look at this, dude. Look at this. Like, there's other ways that stuff can be made, and that's kind of why people always kind of give Hasbro a lot of shit, because it's like they kind of always kind of want to cut corners and stuff. Where they can engineer other crazy stuff and go forward with that. Like, could you see a Marvel Legends Venom that looked like this? Like, man, I've been loving that Gamerverse Venom. I still don't even have it on my shelf. Like, this Gamerverse Venom is just so awesome, man. But something that would have been like freaking something that would have been like freaking like articulated like this, like, man, with this, like, this level of movement, like, man, dude, like, I sometimes wonder if Hasbro or like a domestic company is ever gonna get around to doing stuff like this, and I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. I think they're kind of. I honestly think the hobby is gonna end before they ever get around to this. Like, I think people are just gonna stop collecting, man. And then it gets me to wonder if the people overseas are gonna continue to push the envelope on stuff, man. Because yeah, this looks really good. Like, man, I just wish I was like more. I mean, I've never really delved into that, like just customizing stuff, man. I always feel like painting just looks extremely difficult, and my shit's just gonna come out all kinds of fucked up. But man, I always do admire people with that talent, and yeah, I feel like these guys are giving you this stuff out there for those specific collectors, man. They do like to customize and stuff, and do have some kind of talent in that ring, because all three of these you can definitely do different kind of stuff with them. I feel like this one has the most character, dude. Like this old Asian dude, like this shit just is crazy. And then I do love just like the posing that they did around with this. Like, they showcased enough to definitely show you that all the level of movement that this thing can do. But yeah, be on the lookout for this stuff, because like I was saying, they're really well known for like their like the female bodies that they put out. Like I was saying, that people were kind of going crazy over. But this stuff right here to me is equally dope too. I think this shit's pretty awesome. So be on the lookout for that. I did think I had a video showcasing more of the articulation. Let me actually see if I could kind of get that together, and then we'll kind of go back to it and stuff. My man Boncho's in the house. Did you guys check any of these out? Did you guys actually go on to pre-order any of these yourselves? Because that first female body sold out, man. Like, that thing ended up selling the fuck out. And then I think they recently opened up another pre-order for that. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Yeah, I can't find that video, but yeah, they do have like a video up on their Instagram, and it just kind of showcases like more of the articulation of it. It just looks really fucking good, man. Especially that chest area. It has like that broken like pectoral muscle area, and obviously with like not anything covering it, it definitely is kind of ugly, honestly. It's got like somewhat of a break, like, an unnecessary break, but in order to get that range, like, it definitely becomes necessary, man. So that shit looks fucking dope as fuck. Yeah, I want to see what people get around to doing with these, and then if these guys kind of lend these bodies out to other companies, or maybe other companies that are just doing third-party stuff, just obviously order a bunch themselves and then just kind of use it for a base for stuff that they want to do. So I can definitely see them doing that stuff, man. So yeah, be on the lookout for these. These are on 5K Toys and other sites. And then from there, shout out to Patrick Conchu, I think his name is, or Patrick Chu. I forget his exact handle. But he also teased out Feiyu Studio Blank Body. So it's definitely got more of that Rebel Tech aesthetic going on too. But like I said, more redefined or more defined. I mean, you know, the same thing with that chest area. Like, look at that, those extra cuts. Like that type of butterfly allows for that movement, you know. And then, man, for this, you could definitely buy like maybe soft goods Spider-Man set or take apart a MEZCO or something. I've seen people do that stuff. And then, yeah, you got like this level of articulation underneath, obviously a soft goods costume. Man, you could do like a Spider-Man or all kinds of stuff. Because, man, look at these guys, Mess Toys, putting out another third party, like kind of Rebel Tech-esque Spider-Man. It already looks like these guys are outdated, you know, like this looks like old Rebel Tech, where this looks like where more than new shit is advancing to. Like this to me just looks way better, especially in the knees area, elbows and shit, where this to me just looks like old as fuck Rebel Tech. Like, man, everything that I don't like about Rebel Tech, I can just see it right here. And it's just like, I don't know. So they got this coming soon. And then they put out like a little tweet on their X account saying, starting from June 1st, we will release a preview of our new products over 4 consecutive days. Stay tuned. And then kind of just mentioning that the Black Suit Neighbor will ship around a week. So we already kind of took a look at that. But like I'm saying, man, figure wise, it looks dope. Like this still looks like a dope ass figure, but it already looks like an outdated Rebel Tech figure, because it looks like the bootleg stuff is just more advanced, you know. So I would definitely go in for something like this. Like I'm saying, like just like a blank body, you know, just like a blank body, and then throw like some soft goods like this Remad custom fucking homemade suit Tobey Maguire on there, you know. Like how much better is it gonna fucking move? It's gonna move crazy good, you know. Obviously maybe you have to get like a peg system that'll kind of work or whatever. We just use some sticky tack. It's kind of what I use all the time because I ain't got no 3D printer and I ain't got no talent to make a peg. But man, just kind of swapping the clothes around, like, yeah, that would work a hell of a lot better. Because man, this Remad Customs, I don't know, I'm kind of looking at it like, man, I kind of want it because I just like this costume so much. Like, man, that fucking Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie, that's the best. That's the best, dude. You ain't gonna top that shit, man. You ain't gonna top it. Even when you throw that dude in there with fucking Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland, you could throw them all in the blender. It's not gonna top that movie. That trilogy, especially the first two, oh man, it was just so good. Like, man, Norman Osborn, like, man, that dude portrayed that motherfucker so fucking good to me. Like, he was scary in that shit, bro. Like, he was actually scary. Like, that scene where he realizes, he figures out who he is. He's just like, "Where'd you get that cut?" Like, oh, he's like, "Where did you get that cut?" And that fool's like, "I fell." He's like, "Oh," he's like, "I gotta go. Something came up," and that fool just takes off. And he's like, "Motherfucker's Thanksgiving." It's like, man, it's so good, man. And then yeah, man, this fucking costume, I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime. Like, oh man, that movie's fucking off the hook, man. And yeah, I want to figure this shit. I just don't know if this Remad Custom 112 is it, man. So the vibe just screaming to me, don't pre-order this somewhere. This is what you call action figure overdose. You don't need it. It's like, you don't need this shit. You're not gonna be happy with it. But just the design of it looks so cool. And then I was just thinking to myself, oh, I could just do the body swap. I'm hip to the game. I could do that. No, I can't. Slow your roll. Don't do something stupid. So I'll probably take a look at this, like a review of this when it comes out, just to see what's up with it, man. I know they have been going in on that Batman trilogy. Like they did a Scarecrow, they did a Bane. The Bane ended up kind of selling out after, I think, shout out to Isaac Wong. He put out a review, sold that shit because, man, the pictures that he takes obviously are gonna elevate a figure. Pump your brakes, guys. Pump your brakes, all right? This to me, like I said, is something about it that's just screaming to me, stay away. Stay away from it. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your money. It looks cool, though. It looks awesome. But just for me, I think I'm gonna pass on it just because I don't need this shit right now like that. But cool enough. And then along with this, look at this head sculpt. This is the shot right here that I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely a pass. This is definitely a pass. Even though I'm not gonna display him like this, I'm like, no. The fact that this looks like this, I'm like, okay, yeah, that body's probably all kinds of fucked up, and I don't know, the soft goods to me, which is obviously got to be the star of the release. They don't really look the greatest, They don't really look the greatest, You got the Nikes on, that kind of does something, but not enough, not enough. Because along with that, like I said, they are also doing some Batman figures, and I gotta say, man, this fucking Batman movie, this specific Batman movie, is aging worse than the Snyderverse stuff. Like, why do we keep getting figures of this dude? Like, I think the sequel was canceled. The Batman. I think they're already kind of getting around to canceling that. It sucks for them because the Penguin series was pretty dope. I liked it, but it just kind of, to me, it felt like too little, too late. Too little, too late, kind of, because it looks like that James Gunn shit is moving along. Hopefully that movie's good, but I just feel like anything else, it just has to get by the wayside. Like all the Snyderverse stuff, this little sequel or trilogy, I don't know what it was supposed to be. I think it's just got to go, and I feel for the companies that are making this stuff, man. Because this Drifter, is this the Drifter, or the other one's the Drifter? I forgot what the exact name to this one is, because it's two different companies making this shit. Motor Wanderer. This tripped me the fuck out when I was getting slides for this show. I was looking at this and I said, wait, so it's this one? And then the motorcycle's not included. I'm like, that's fucking dumb. It looks like they just ripped off of MEZCO. These all look like rip off of MEZCOs, cheaper versions, maybe a little bit better here and there, but to me, it just looks like straight rip offs of MEZCOs. Where, man, obviously they're filling something out that obviously MEZCO might not get around to, but yeah, I don't know. They can miss me with this, but it just tripped me out that this went up for pre-order along with the Drifter, another company. So that one was from Remad Customs, and this one is from Venus Toys, collaboration with Mars Toys. And it's just like, yeah, I guess have at it, guys. Which one do you think is better? Personally, I think that Remad is better, but this one is gonna come with a peg for your the Batman MEZCO just to make him slightly taller. I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny, but yeah, all this shit right here, like I'm saying, I feel like this whole thing is just aging a lot worse than the Snyderverse stuff. Like they just kind of gotta leave the stuff alone, man. Wait for the new stuff. Because I don't know. I don't get it. I don't want to go in for this stuff now. I just feel like it's already old, that's why I always like the lead up to new stuff, new movies. You see all the merch. It just sucks that, like, obviously more premium companies are going to be slower to roll this stuff out than like a McFarlane or something. Like, I remember when this movie came out, man, fucking Target was flooded with McFarlane shit for this shit. Like, this figure, I think you could buy for like $5, DC Multiverse. It's like a hunk of fucking crap, really, but I feel like it just kind of does its job for like just that particular movie, unless it's all-time great, which I don't think this shit is. Like that Batman movie, it was like, I saw it one time and I was just like, and then when I saw the Penguin series, I was like, man, do I gotta go back and watch it? And I was just like, nah, it's just too long and too boring to me. It's interesting, but it's just like, I don't know. This whole Batman universe would have been better as a series, like as a detective type of series with like a crime mob element and that same kind of vibe that they did with the Penguin. Like this Batman universe with Batman, though, you need a fucking Batman, obviously. I don't know if this motherfucker would want to do television, but like this particular Batman would work as a television series, like a 9-episode run every year or every season, different villain. It would work, because it's gonna be long and fucking drawn out. I can't get around to watching this movie again, man. Maybe I'll watch it again and I love it, but I don't know. Fuck, man, I'm missing a lot of the chat, man. Obi-Wan saying, give pocket fit an entirely different meaning. Yeah, talking about the blank bodies. Yeah, hell yeah, dude, need all the blanks for the jar. Yeah, exactly. Get those jars ready, guys. Who would have thought that blank bodies are the figures of the year? Yeah, dude, they went through a lot of cool shit, man. Damn, I'm really bummed out. I didn't get that Romanki video, man. That shit, like, I was just tripping out just on the range of motion of that stuff. Just like how big those bodies are, bro. I keep saying how big they are, right? But yeah, man, they killed it. Cans, with that said, I am now a customizer blank body central. Yeah, for real. So I was like, I want to try customizing. You just don't do anything, you just fucking handle them. Oh man, you and LP enabled me into getting that Venom. Yeah, that Venom is dude, that Venom is this shit's sick, bro. This shit is action figure crack, bro. Like real shit. Like this shit action figure crack, bro. I'm like, I haven't even taken it off my desk. I'm like, this shit is just dope. Like, and it's huge. It's fucking humongous. My man Boncho in the house. Just Jada and none of the big companies. Fuck, what did I miss, man? Fucking Ghost Tev. Tobey Maguire was the best Peter Parker so far. Garfield was the best Spider-Man so far. Tom Holland, Dick writing Iron Man. I was waiting for the Iron Man theme to play at the end of Homecoming, right? Yeah. It's just like, I think Tom Holland as an actor he's a pretty good actor, you know. I man, for some reason, I felt like, man, if he was like slightly like bigger, even more built, he would make a great James Bond. Like he would. Nobody even talks about him for like James Bond. Really, I think everybody wants Cavill. Everybody's favorite Henry Cavill, guys. Henry Cavill. Fuck you. I think Tom Holland could pull it off, bro. You know, it's just too short, I think, for like a good Bond. But I don't know. I feel like in modern day, I think he could pull it off, man. He's a good actor. But yeah, as far as Spidey goes, it's Toby, bro. Toby all day, man. Toby all day. I love that movie. I was just recently watched it again, and I was like, man, this is so fucking good. Can't believe nobody thought Duct Tape Riddler was a cool action figure. Yeah, I was like, man, that's why when I saw this movie and everybody was like, oh, that shit was awesome, I was like, man, what the fuck? I was like, man, I've been watching Batman movies all my goddamn life. Why didn't I like this shit? Then I was just like, you know what? Maybe I'm over it. Maybe I'm just over the whole thing, you know? But man, I didn't really particularly like it. I think I would have liked to see Batfleck get like a run at his own movie, you know, like that Deathstroke movie that was supposed to come out that never came out. That was a bummer. Penguin Show was a 10. Favorite show of 2024. Didn't that shit come out this year? When the fuck did it come out, dude? Damn, that shit did come out last year, huh? Fucking shit. I'm Vengeance. Yeah, dude. Oh man, I remember I used to say that at work all the time, just randomly. I'm Vengeance. Turning all these blank bodies into Viltrumites. Hey, yo, that's a dope idea, man. Yeah, there you fucking go. Some Jada Toys action. And if they don't do it right, we got the blank bodies to suffice. Rojo's in the house says, bang, bang, bang. Yo, Rojo, what up, man? Holland had a try as Nathan Drake and didn't sell me. Dude is like Tobey Maguire and keeps his baby face by age 29. I don't know. I want to see that guy in like a more, I don't want to say a more serious role, because I feel like, I don't know, his roles have been pretty serious, but I don't know why I'm blanking on a lot of them right now. Didn't he do like that Uncharted shit or whatever that shit's called? I don't know. I think the guy's a good actor, man. But yo, guys, moving back to the action figure reveals, moving to the Sexy Eyes 2019 Vermin series Manticora. And goddamn, man, talk about hype on a company, man. These things are catching a lot of hype. I think right now not everybody, but that Unc Val Death Squad is like hitting for people. Shout out to my man Cerebral Deep, man. He was posting the fuck out of a couple of them on his IG account the other day. And yeah, I've seen early reviews on that. That set looks off the hook. I'm still waiting on my pre-order to land at Bomb Busby. What the fuck is that shit called? Bomb Busby? That's what I call it, at least. I don't know if that's what it's called. But yeah, man, lock this up if you're even semi-interested, because from the looks of it, everything that they're putting out is selling out. I didn't get the name of the exact handle to one of the guys. It's like I don't know if he's like one of the painters or one of the sculptors, but these guys definitely have a lot of love for like amazing Yamaguchi Robotech figures, man. Like I was kind of scrolling down that dude's timeline, and it's just like, man, the dude has like every Marvel release, all the Robotech Yamaguchi releases, all that stuff. And I'm like, man, you could tell that's like the stuff that they really like, you know. And for them to start their own company, like obviously, you know what they're gonna kind of base their articulations kind of scheme around. But like I said, just adding all this extra sculpt to it, all this like more defined articulation scheme, it looks definitely has like that Revoltech look to it, but it just looks so much more different. Even like that Death Squad, like I always kind of point out, obviously, like the knees and the lack of like these huge balls and stuff that you would see on like Revoltech figures, or like sometimes scoops and shit. Just to me, it just took me out of like getting a lot of their releases a lot of the times. But this stuff just looks like, man, it just looks like Rebel Tech on crack, you know? It just looks like that to me. So yeah, this looks awesome. Even in the photography, like it looks like they're already kind of like even storytelling through like the photography and like the promotional images that they put out. Like the first release that they put out was that little mantis girl. Awesome posing that they showed off with that. And then we saw that death squad. And what were they doing in the photography of that? They were like hunting that bitch down like viciously, you know? And then you see this thing. And this ain't no little mantis girl, bro. This is like some fucking huge muscled up fucking beetle type thing. It definitely gives me a lot of like fucking like hardcore Akira vibes with this shit right here, man. Like all these like extra like little limbs, I guess you could call them that. Kind of just looks like he kind of regenerates his body. For some reason, that's like the story I'm telling in my head, you know. And then yeah, even with the extra head sculpts for like those like Death Squad, Unk Val units and shit, like it, like I'm saying, it's storytelling in the photography of these promotional images. Like you could definitely see this being more of a equalizer as far as like the more bug type of characters. So yeah, this shit just looks cool. I don't know if they're gonna have any kind of lore added to it, but like I'm saying, like just in the photography alone, it's already kind of storytelling to me. So I would definitely want to see like some kind of media behind this, maybe like an anime or something, maybe like a comic book or a manga series or something. That'd be awesome. I don't particularly know if they're doing that themselves, but like just the design of their characters look cool enough. And for action figures, like come on, man, this is action figure crack, bro. Like yeah, you're definitely gonna have fun posing this shit around. You do toy photography, it's just something different, you know. It's not like fucking Marvel Legends and shit. Like I was just like, why did I get this stupid fucking Adam Warlock? I'm like, man, Adam Warlock is cool. It's like, yeah, it's cool for like a cosmic show, but it's just like, yeah, it's I don't know. It's like, oh, I got it for this stupid Infinity Gauntlet, guys. Look how cool this looks. And it's just like, man, this shit is so old. Like, this is so old. It's like, look at this shit. This is like fucking old as fuck. You see this stuff, and this is like, yeah, this is the advancement of action figures, man. Like, this shit is crazy, you know? And it's cool because it's like I'm saying, it's something completely different. It's something original character design and stuff, maybe a little bit of inspiration from other stuff. You know, it definitely gives me like Guyver vibes and shit like that. But it's something different where you don't have to just get a fucking this crap, this fucking drifter. Like, dude, two companies, really, dude? Two companies put this shit out. Like, go fuck yourself. Like, for real, go fuck yourself, guys. Come on, man. You know, we want to see other shit. And that's why when I'm like, when I see that stuff, that shit takes me out of just even wanting to come up here and do that damn show. Do the damn show. Because it's like fucking hell, you know? How tall are these? I think this one's a little bit taller than those Unk Vals that to me look like they're just about 6-inch, like proper 6-inch scale. Like I think I don't know if you have that Rebel Tech Agent Venom, but I think they're around that same size. So those are it's not short, but it's not super tall. But this to me just looks a hell of a lot beefier, you know. It's definitely got like a bigger body to it. So I'm excited to see just more of their stuff, man. You know, more so than like I said, a fucking third party Tobey Maguire figure and shit with questionable soft goods at best. You know, I'm like, nah, don't waste your money on that stuff. There's better stuff out there to pre-order. Obviously, Sexy Eye Articulation, this is fire. Yep. Which Sexy Eyes figure you prefer pre-order? I got that Mantis girl at the end of last year, and then I have the pre-order of that 3-pack or whatever, those Death Squad dudes. But Bombusby says fucking August. I'm like, I don't think so. I think that's just gonna charge any minute now because people are already getting those in hand. A Beetle that found John Jones' workout plan. Yeah, there you go. Oh man, he's all cut up. Marvel Legends hitting 30 USD makes it sad standing next to a figure like this Manticore. Yeah, exactly. Right? It just looks like, man, even this, like I got the fucking Vipers, and I'm like, yeah, why did I cop these for it? And I was just like, you know what? I want to just kind of keep tabs or keep track with that retro series. But it's just like, man, as soon as you get it, it's just like, yeah, it's cool, but it's like, I don't know. You don't feel as fulfilled when as opposed to when you get something like this, you know, even though this has no IP attached to it or nothing like that. I mean, the Vipers are still cool. I don't want to just like shit talk just domestic stuff. I still love the stuff that I buy, but like something like this, I always feel like, man, this shit is like it gets put on the map. I don't know if it's the hype, because this shit looks like it walks the walk. Like this shit looks like it lands everything that people are hyping it up to be. I don't know what I want to say. It's just like something different. It's not like the run of the mill stuff that I don't know. I kind of feel like I don't want to say like when the hobby's over, when people stop collecting, like I feel like it is gonna end one day. I can only speak for myself, but I don't know. I don't really see myself stop collecting anytime soon. But there's got to be a day where we all stop. I think I don't know. But stuff like this, I'm like, man, this shit just in your shelf somewhere or something. You remember when this came out, it was just something different, and it's kind of maybe the feeling that people got, back when like, GI Joes were originally coming out or TMNT was originally coming out. It's like, man, this is the modern day stuff, like new shit. It's not just this company. There's multiple companies doing new stuff like that. It's just like I said, it's not another fucking third party Batman figure or some I don't want to say it's trash, but it's something boring. This is just something completely different, and it might not even be your cup of tea. It might be something that's just like maybe it is just hype that people are hyping it up too much and stuff. It might not be your cup of tea, and that's perfectly understandable. But to me, I look at this stuff and I'm like, man, this shit just looks way out there. That like, yeah, this is definitely stuff that I should be allocating funds to, as opposed to just fucking Toby Maguire 3 minutes of playtime figure. But from there we jump over to Tamashi SH Figuarts Effect, the little effect line. We move into this fucking concrete pillar. And this shit is dope, man. Like I was saying at the beginning of the show, I wish I would have bought more of the effect pieces when they came out. I got one of the fire effects. I got two of the smoke effects. I have one of like the crater effects, like the old ass one. But man, they were like reissuing a lot of these out, and I was just like, I'll order them later. Fucking sell out. They sell out. This shit, I can definitely see it selling out because just look at this shit, man. And this shit looks dope for any kind of photography or any kind of just even like on your shelf. If you have some kind of little action pose going on the shelf, like this shit just looks tight. It looks like motherfucker getting thrown through some concrete, Very cool. And then also for like dioramas, extra pieces for like dioramas. I always see people kind of building like city dials or like kind of ruins and shit like that, like just little add-on pieces. I think this is awesome, and yeah, I could definitely see this selling fast. If it's anything like the price points to the other stuff, it ain't gonna be more than like $30-$35. So yeah, easily buy a few of these, maybe like 3 or 4. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of the number that I was kind of looking at this time around. But like I'm saying, all their effect pieces are dope. I do regret like not going in for more like those flame effects, man, because like, man, I got that Blokey's Charizard. I was like, fuck, like this needed more flame effects. It would have just been off the hook, But yeah, they always kind of put different stuff out there. Also, they've done like lightning, thunder, like green type of wind, all kinds of shit, water effects I've seen people use for like their Demon Slayer stuff. Yeah, you can get all kinds of creative with this shit, man. Like this shit just looks awesome. I kind of put my smoke effects around my some of my Naruto figures and shit because they just kind of work so well. I don't know if this concrete pillar is gonna work with fucking my boy Usopp because this dude ain't hitting shit, bro. Because next up we move to the SH Figure Arts Romance Dawn Usopp, fucking Straw Hats, So if you guys are fans of One Piece, this is one of the fucking Straw Hat crew members, and this dude. When I first seen this character, when I first came across the character in the anime, I was like, this motherfucker's so lame, dog. This was so lame, but his little backstory was real cool. That's the one thing I like about that anime. I haven't really read the manga or too much of it, but man, the story, every time you get like a new crew member or Luffy gets a new crew member, you kind of look at the backstory to all the characters and stuff, and they all have like these really like heart-wrenching backstories a lot of the times, man. This guy being one of them too, and yeah, you kind of just get to loving their character already just off of their intro. Like you see entire growth of a character, an entire character arc, and that's I think what really was a charm to the One Piece series, and I think that's why it lasted so long and it came out and people were fans of it right away because you start loving each character, You know, you start liking obviously Luffy, then you meet like Zoro, Nami, meet Usopp. It's dope, and seeing the action figure of it, I'm like, man, I gotta get this shit. I gotta get it. I gotta get the Straw Hat crew members. It just kind of bums me out that like Bandai has jumped around, like I've previously said. They started off with like the most recent arc, and then they went back to like the first arc, which is like the Romance Dawn stuff. Like right here, you have like more early Luffy and stuff, and yeah, just all kinds of fun you can have if you already have a lot of the other figures, because you get like these different kind of face plates and stuff. And the Luffy you can get for $35. I think I've seen it go down to like $25. Target app on sale. Or I think it was Best Buy. I think I saw it on there for like $25. So if you haven't picked that up, go in and get it, man. It's just, and give it a try. Give the anime a try. I did. It's very daunting to kind of go through all the episodes. I caught up as much as I could. I haven't seen like any of the later stuff. But man, I got to get around to getting like, I still got to backtrack on Nami. I recently got the Zoro, was the last one I got. But it would be cool to kind of fill out a whole shelf for this. Like this shit to me is just, it's dope. And I feel like if Bandai does these figures correctly and they don't come out with fucked up joints and all kinds of loose shit that pops off, it could be a cool line, you know, when it's all said and done, you know, because they have a lot of deeper characters. This one being, like I said, more of a goofy type of character. He's still cool, and he's still, you know, he's still dude, there's this episode where he wants to leave. He straight up tells the motherfucker like, man, fuck you, I'm leaving the crew, and that's it. You know, he makes up his mind. They're like, all right, you're your own man, right? Anyway, the episode ends up ending, whatever. They get into some kind of altercations and shit, ends up ending, the arc's ending. And this motherfucker, they still remember, like, hey, you said you're leaving the crew. You said you're leaving, bro. And Luffy wants to go back and get him like it ain't no problem. He's just like, oh, well, maybe he's waiting for us to invite him back on. Like, let me just go invite him back on. And that fool Zoro stops that motherfucker. He's like, nope. If that motherfucker don't apologize to every single one of us, including you, he ain't welcome back on this boat. And he tells him straight up, he said, we ain't playing pirates, bro. You ain't playing our captain. This is real shit. And we can't rely on this motherfucker. He ain't welcome back on this boat. And then it's just like, dude, there's deep shit on there. And like I said, this character is just so goofy. But in that arc, oh man, it was fucking awesome. It was like him versus Luffy. Like, you know, he straight up challenges his fucking captain. Like, yo, if I win, I get the fucking boat. And if I lose, then you get the boat. And it was just such a good arc, man. I love that shit. God, Usopp. Yeah, it was so good, man. So yeah, when I saw this figure go up for pre-order, or I think it goes up for pre-order tonight, I think I'm gonna cop this shit. Yeah, I showed that shit to Bancho. This pirate shit ain't in the game. Yeah, exactly. That scene to me was just like, man, that shit was like, yeah, that shit was like deep shit, and it was true, man. I was like, yo, this dude said he was leaving. Like, that's it. We ain't fucking kissing his ass back on the boat, you know. Man, shit went down Water 7. Yeah, exactly. Water 7. Oh man, that was so good, bro. I was like, damn. That was one of those episodes where it's just like, man, you're running like, oh man, how long is this shit? And you get into certain arcs, and it's just like, man, I gotta keep going. This is fucking, oh, this is awesome. Oh, Will Flows in the house. What up, Peace? What's good? Yo, Will, what up, man? We're just hanging out, you know. We're just hanging out, you know, sliding into the to the figures and stuff. But yo, moving on from here, moving to some Dragon Ball Z action. Namek Saga Krillin with the sleeveless, with the no undershirt. Oh man, my boy going to the gym, bro. You want to sweat? We got Krillin, so all new release of Krillin, man. This is like, fuck, I've already lost track. I know he did the Saiyan armor. God damn it, man. Will they please get off of Namek, bro? Because they keep going back to this arc. The one thing I gotta say about this release, man, is the memes were in full fucking force. Take a look at this effect piece, bro. And even when I was getting the slides to this shit, I was like getting the slides, like no problem. Like, cool looking figure. What the fuck is this? What is this, my dude? Like I said, the memes were in full swing. I was like, yo, what are they? And for anyone that doesn't know Dragon Ball Z, Krillin is just, he's an OG, man. He's a fucking OG. He's like fucking Goku's oldest friend. Like, trained with him when he was a little kid and stuff, training the Master Roshi and stuff. So you meet him early on in the first Dragon Ball, in the first version of Dragon Ball and stuff, the early stuff. And then yeah, he's a character that continues on with Goku and shit. It's just he's always been like he was on level with Goku when they were a kid, but it's just something about his character that he's just like, I don't want to call him a lovable loser, but man, he's a cool character too. Like everybody loves Krillin. Like who don't love Krillin? You know, his just design is just so easy to make fun and poke fun at. But these effect people, look at this shit, bro. I was just getting the kick out of the fucking memes, and it was like instantly going viral when they were showing stuff off. I was just fucking dying on X. It's just so much meme factor with this character, man. You know, even in the episode where he dies, he has like a faceplate similar to this, and he's just like Goku. And he just like blows up. He gets blown up. Oh man, it's he's just so he could just be made fun of so easily. And I love that Bandai, they don't look at this. Look at this. Oh my god, bro. The internet is always undefeated, dude. This was like the teaser image. This was like the teaser image without the shadow. And then people were instantly going in on it, you know, instantly going in on it. So it just gave me a fucking kick, you know. I was just dying, bro. Yeah, I was yeah, dude. Oh man, my man Pac. There's no way they looked at that effect and you know people were gonna see that. Yeah, exactly. I was like, bro, come on. Like, come on. And they could have, yeah, his key effect. Exactly. Like the key effect's okay, but man, this shit just looks hella sus. That it's just like, bro. Yo, Krillin caressing that effect piece. Yeah. He's dude, they could just get down with so much shit right here with this stuff that I'm just it's just so fucking hilarious that I feel like Bandai, they do this shit on purpose because they know people are just gonna lean in on it hardcore, and like that's what I love about stuff like this, like in the toy culture and stuff. It's just like, man, you know, I see toyetic factor and playability and stuff like for more for kids, but man, meme factor is always a selling point for action figures, man. And then yeah, if you know about certain characters, it's just like, you know, this fool ain't gay or nothing. Hell no, this fool ain't gay. This fool's wife is fucking one of the smoking hot characters in Dragon Ball Z, man. But man, just a meme factor for certain characters is always there. And then this kind of goes on, like I said, it goes on during the Namek saga. So we got fucking, man, I know this character as Guru, man. So I'm gonna call him that. I saw the name on the band I was putting on. I was like, is that the official name? I had never heard that shit. As long as I watched Dragon Ball Z, I never fucking heard that shit, man. Maybe it was like more in the manga, or maybe I just kind of Mandela effect. Maybe I just didn't remember correctly, man. But yeah, this is like one of the leader of the Namekians. It's like alien race and stuff. And in the series, the Dragon Balls, they on Earth, there's two sets of Dragon Balls. They were created on Namek, and then they were created on Earth by a Namekian that landed on Earth or whatever. Those ended up getting like destroyed. And so they had a flight of Namek where they originally made them. They were kind of like bigger, I think, and shit like that and stuff. And then obviously this is like the creator of them and stuff, or leader of the planet. And yeah, in the series, there's like a fucking villain that's after the Dragon Balls. These dudes are after the Dragon Balls and stuff. So there's like a race to collect all of them and stuff, obviously. So they could kind of make a wish with the fucking the dragon that pops out. So this would be very cool, like on the Namek shelf. Like if you're collecting all the figures that Bandai's putting out, it's cool, you know, for like display purposes. I think this is awesome. But for this shit to be close to $300, I think it's $350 on BBTS. It's like $250 on overseas sites. But with shipping, this thing is fucking anti-action figure. Like you ain't getting shit out of this, bro. You could touch my boy Gohan's little head. You know, you could show your thing off to Krillin. But this ain't doing shit else. But a good display piece. Like I said, if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, you're a fan of all the arcs, you want to get all the arcs. And then, like I was saying, took a look at my boy Nail not too long ago. That pre-order I think closed today on P Bandai and stuff. So it shouldn't be too long for this to land. Like I was saying, it looks like it's got a lot of reviews and stuff. But yeah, this would be a cool display piece just with these two characters, and obviously the other little Namekian, little smaller one, little Dende and stuff. Very cool. It's just to see how deep they continue to go with the lines. Very impressive and stuff. So shout out to Bandai for that. And then they're making this this crap that I fuck this. As soon as I saw these go up for pre-order last week, I was like, I'm not doing the show this week. This shit is action figure overdose. This shit is abominations, and it's just like, bro, this is so. This is what people that don't want Dragon Ball Z think Dragon Ball Z is. This fucking Dragon Ball Legends nonsense. These are abominations, and people like I said that don't want Dragon Ball Z think, what are you talking about? This just looks like a fucking Goku again. What's the big deal now? It's just like, no, this is like, I don't even know anything about it. It's like a video game or some shit or some crap, and they kind of just throw all kinds of shit on the wall and see what sticks. But it's to me, this is like what people think Dragon Ball Z is as a meme. Like it just looks all the same shit. That's what this is. This is actually came to be, you know. So I was just like, I don't know anything about this, and I don't want to know anything about this. This to me is fucking garbage. Garbage. I did see some people saying maybe for the parts uses and stuff, maybe they could do something with like, you know, some of the armor, and it just trips me out that they're making soft goods for this fucking throwaway character. I don't even know what the fuck his name is. It's like Shallot and Giblet or something. I was just like, fuck is this, bro? Get it away. Get it the fuck away from me. Because from there, move to the Go Ranger. Aka Ranger finally going up for pre-order tomorrow, I think, or tonight. I'm locking this up. I want this shit. 50th anniversary of fucking Super Sentai. This is it, baby. This is where it started all, man. And shit, man, I do like that they always kind of get around to doing like the red Rangers or whatever. Like I said, I got that Gokai Red. I've seen all the other ones that have come out that I'm like, man, I should have bought them as they came out because it would have just been cool to get like a whole red Ranger, red Sentai shelf and stuff. It's just, I don't know, it's just cool to me. They're always kind of like the leaders of the team most of the time. But this shit just looks crazy. It just looks super retro. Like it just looks crazy. The design wise, just to me, it's just that goofiness is just so fucking cool. And an action figure, it just looks fun as fuck. You know, it just looks fun as fuck. So definitely want to lock this up. It's part of that Shinkoho Seiho line that they are putting out or re-releasing the Ultraman that I'm gonna fucking not miss out on this time. Because from there they also are putting out a Mass Rider from the Showa era, Mass Rider 1. Yeah, man, if you're a fan of that Kamen Rider, this is definitely got that flair to it, man. I know my man D Amazing gonna pick this up for sure. And like I've said in the past, that's usually where I get around to kind of knowing about these is kind of people that collect them. They check out like their channels, they do the reviews on the stuff, because it always trips me out how much Bandai tricks out on these guys. You know, they give them like fucking sometimes soft goods, good articulation, fucking bikes, vehicles, you know, all kinds of accessories that they get packed into, especially this Shinkoho Seiho line. It's just like they really pack out their releases. Because from there you could also get Mass Rider number 2. So pretty cool, man. Like I've said also in the past, I wish I just knew more about Kamen Rider or, you know, just like Sentai stuff in general, man. I don't know. I've always looked at the stuff and I like the designs of it, and it trips me out like other countries' stuff. You know, it's like, man, we get like American comics and all that stuff here, but look at the stuff they came up with in Japan or other parts of the world. I always think it's awesome, you know, and it's shit that's lasted over the fucking decades too. Also, you know, see some of this shit coming out like the 70s, 80s, and all this shit, like crazy shit, man. So it's very cool shit as far as like action figure goes. Like if I was really into this stuff, like this looks good representation of like these specific characters, you know. And like I said, man, Bandai doesn't skimp out when it comes to like the stuff that they're putting together with them. Like it, you know, they give them like like I said, all the necessary accessories, all their hands, because they're always doing like these different poses with their hands. There's different fight stances and poses and shit, and they don't miss, man. They don't miss with that stuff, and that's what bums me out with like the domestic stuff with like some of the Tom McFarlane shit, man. I'm like, man, come on, man, like for real, this fucking Dr. Fate. I think I called him Dr. Strange in my halls, but look how fucking awesome this effect piece is, bro. Like this fucking third-party effect joint, like, man, I had to buy this extra, and this figure was already $30. That's not cool, Todd. You know, but it's just like, man, you know, Bandai, they don't skimp out right here for these guys. So it's cool to see, and I'm sure the fans of this stuff were all about it and shit, man. Let me see what's up with this. It's a mobile game that's made Bandai too much money. Been going 7 years strong, so it's only right they cashed in on the fandom. Oh yeah, that Dragon Ball Legends stuff. Yeah, for me, it's like Mr. Ortega saying pass. It's a worse video game than a gotcha mobile game. Yeah, I know slightly about it, just the fact that it exists. But man, when I look at the stuff that they have in there, I'm like, this is too batshit crazy for me. I need this done for all the OG Voltron pilots. Oh man, Obi-Wan Shingon is, yeah, man. I think, hey, they got a Voltron movie coming out soon, man. Maybe we start seeing like more companies just make more stuff in general for that. Maybe obviously for the movie, but maybe they get back into getting some of the older shit. But yeah, that would be dope, man. My man Obi-Wan, he's a huge Voltron fan. He's like the number, bro. You should call Guinness World Records to take a look at your Voltron collection. I think you would get in there, bro. Not gonna lie. Just watch Kamen Rider Gav. It's like, man, every time I mention Kamen Rider, Ghost Tab tells me to watch this shit. Just watch Kamen Rider Gav. It's not connected to any other Kamen Rider in that, and the show is crazy good. I do gotta watch that, man. For sure. That's where I'll definitely get around to watching it then, because yeah, you've recommended that like multiple times that I can't miss, man. But from there we jump into the MEZCO. Oh yeah, it is fucking. I was gonna say, is it exclusive? Yeah, it was exclusive, right? Fuck, I should know that because I did miss out the MEZCO exclusive Shadow Collector's Capsule Edition. Oh man, when I saw this getting teased out, saying, "Hey, this is going up for pre-order tomorrow, guys. Get ready." I was like, "Oh, that's awesome! I'm copping this shit. I'm always home by the time these drop." I was like, "I'm always home, dude." I got out of work, and I don't know why I never go to Target. I never fucking go to Target. I never go to Target. Never. There's a Target right by my job. As soon as I get out, I drive by and I just say, "Fuck you, Target," and I keep driving. This day, I fucking go in there. I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking for. I really want like that Marge Simpson figure at Jack stuff, and I'm like, man, I haven't seen that shit. I'm like, let me go see what's up with Target. And there we go. Let me check it out. Waste my fucking time. They don't have shit. I get home. And it's like 10:30, and I'm like, oh shit, the fucking Shadow. I was like, oh fuck, hopefully it's still there. Oh, fucking sold out. God damn it, bro. I was like, waitlist. Fuck you. I'm not waitlisting shit, bro. I get into looking down at the price, $175 for this. I was like, man, it must have been by the grace of God that I stopped by a Target, because shit, I might have been stupid enough to buy this shit, man. Nah, in all seriousness, this thing is awesome. Compared to the first release, it kind of looks very similar, just with slight little paint differences and stuff, especially like in the cloth goods area. I don't think it has like that red accent to it anymore. I don't know if it was like the belt or something, or the thing that went around the coat. Something, it has something red, or was it the bandana? I forgot. I think it was the bandana. But man, this thing still looked cool as fuck to me. I was like, man, you know what? I think I like this one slightly better, because you get into the actual release of it, and this head sculpt, this Cloud, the Minds of Man with exclusive cloak portrait head sculpt, like this shit looked awesome. I was like, yo, this looks fucking badass, bro. Like, I gotta get this shit. Like, man, I was just kind of very bummed out. I was like, man, do I jump on the wait list? Do I not? Oh yeah, it does have that red little scarf thing. But man, I was just like, do I not? But man, looking at the price tag and then seeing obviously their shipping was like another $25, this thing would have came out to like $220 for me, where I was just like, I don't think it's worth $220. But then we get into the accessories and I'm like, hey, wait, maybe it is jam-packed with Pulp Fiction goodness, man. So hold on. Maybe I might eat my words. Maybe this was worth every penny, man. It's got a silk screen collector's poster reproduction, a vintage comic cover, collector capsule keepsakes. Hey, this is fucking awesome. $220, that's nothing. Includes prop replica of the Shadow's trademark Gersol ring. Pretty cool. Definitely we'll wear that. Two-sided collector coin. Hey guys, I know you guys think coins are lame, bro, but they really sweeten the pot with this fucking enamel pin, man. And you guys might think this is stupid, man, but that's because you didn't read. It's limited edition, guys. Oh man, in all seriousness, I always feel like they could keep the fucking tchotchkes. Like I don't really need that stuff, but man, I guess it sweetens the pot, you know. I'll take it. Oh man, I don't know, dude. I was looking at this and I was just like, man, would I have pulled the trigger on this? I think I would have, dude. Honestly, this shit to me just looked cool as fuck, and I kicked myself for missing out on that first release. I was just like, man, they're gonna have that go up on BBTS later. I ain't tripping. Nope, that shit's fucking sold out. Just like this one. I think this one sold out a lot faster. I think it was limited to like 500 units or something. I'm like, fucking shit. Why even make the fucking thing? Like, why even put it out, guys? You don't want to sell any of them. Maybe the fucking enamel pins were just no, it was a 500 MOQ. That's how many they were making just because of stupid enamel pin. No, man. I definitely missed out because yeah, I think I would have pulled the trigger on it, man. I could have just recouped my money, sell that ring. No, 220. I think man, it's high, and I feel like it's just it's something to do with the tariffs, obviously, man. You know, it's something to do with that. I think companies are giving themselves a little bit more of a cushion on like just obviously their margins bigger for them, but man, just to kind of cover additional costs and stuff. And then they know the hype is just gonna sell this shit out anyway, man. It's just like they could have priced this at maybe at 200 and sold that shit at that, plus obviously the shipping, the tax, and all everything. Maybe they would have just sold out again too, because obviously it's a MEZCO, man. It's got that hype, man, you know, and when it looks this good and looks this cool, it's just like, yeah, it's understandable why it's gonna sell fast, you know. And then shit, yeah, man, I joke around, but I think this thing is going on eBay for like $500. So, you know, there is those types of collectors that just try to capitalize there. And go fuck themselves. Nah, no hate, but yeah, you know, it's definitely that game going on also. So you got to know, you know, instead of just going to fucking Target when you never do, because you never find shit any fucking way. I was just like, dude, when I got home, I was like, man, what the fuck was that about? Why did I even go there? And then I look at my phone, I was like, oh fuck, you gotta be kidding me, bro. I was like, man, oh shit. And then yeah, fuck it, I guess it was luck of the draw, man. You could say that, but definitely a cool piece. Did anybody in the chat going for this, man? Did my boy Boncho going for it? The Shadows black face sculpt is dope. Yeah, that shit. I thought that was like the selling point for me. It's just like that cloaked portrait. That shit's very fucking cool, man. That shadow was dope, but I didn't see the value for the price for me. I'm not into stuff they packed in. Really, bro? You don't like the enamel pin? Maybe you could have sold that. Sold that off. Oh man, yeah. It's just, man, I don't know. Maybe if the tariffs weren't there, this would have been like priced at maybe a 150. And then maybe if they don't add all this extra nonsense, maybe they lower the price even more, a little bit more. But yeah, I don't know. Anytime they do this stuff, I don't know. Obviously, I poke fun at it and stuff. But I always just wonder, like, man, if you didn't pack this in there, would it have been a little bit more affordable and stuff for people? Like, I think so, because this is stuff that, for the most part, I don't know. Maybe there is. I don't want to say nobody uses this stuff. I do like when they pack in like comics and stuff and all that, but like, yeah, I don't know. I personally don't do anything with like this stuff. I think I have like a fucking MEZCO bag that's just full of all this shit. You know, I usually just like the Mezits and stuff that they don't even pack in anymore most of the time. But like this stuff, I think I have like a MEZCO ring or some shit that came with something. I don't do anything with that stuff. I'm like, like what the fuck? Like even if you just show this to somebody without any kind of like backstory to it, what the fuck is this? It's like, what the fuck is this? You know, it's just like, I'm good. So I don't know, you know. And it's like this too. It's like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this, bro? Like, I don't know. So they could have done without it, man. But I don't know. Is this the last shadow figure that we see, man? Maybe, dude. Maybe it's the last opportunity we have, man. So maybe the eBay market might be the only route if you want to get this character. I do know that he used to be like in or DC Comics used to publish stories with him in it. Like there's even been like crossovers with like Batman and stuff. But I think this is owned outright now by like some other company, not DC. It's not like a DC owned property or Warner Brothers or anything like that. So yeah, MEZCO is always kind of going in for like these more deeper cut stuff and deeper cut characters and stuff. And yeah, obviously he might be a fan of it himself. So obviously he's gonna do that. So man, who knows? Maybe it is the last time you see a figure of this character. Maybe he starts doing other pulp heroes like a Zorro figure. Shout out to my man Future Rig. He always wants a Zorro. I'm sure this will be one of the SDCC exclusives. Oh yeah, right. Maybe you see this at SDCC. You're right. Maybe get another opportunity at it, man. In the booth might be slightly cheaper. You don't gotta pay for that god awful shipping. For the price, I would rather put towards a hot toy. Yeah, I mean, shit, man. It's like the goddamn Lilo and Stitch fucking hot toy is the price of this shit. I was like, I think I'd rather get that. As gay as he is, a little gay ass Stitch. Yeah, I think I'd rather get Stitch. So I think, oh, whatever. Yeah, miss out. Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of man? The shadow knows. So yeah, like I was saying, then get kind of backtrack on the older one. Maybe that one might be a little bit lower in price than this one. But either or is pretty cool to have. And then McFarlane Toys, man, kicked off a live stream this week too, man. It wasn't the only live stream going on. We're gonna take a look at another one also. Caught a lot of buzz, but yo, Todd is still in the mix, guys. He's putting out these YouTube live streams. So he kicked off episode 4 where he got into talking about more of these elite editions. So we just took a look at that Doom Slayer from Doom the Dark Ages, $60. So right here, looks like we have a Lilith from Diablo 4. Probably going to be another, elite edition price. So that elite price tag is probably going to be closer to $60 for this. But I remember when I think Good Smile Figma put out a pre-order for this. I was like, man, this is like up Todd's alley. I don't know why he only did goddamn statues of Diablo 4. Like, could have easily put some kind of figure together, maybe the detail that he was trying to pack in was just gonna up that price too much, and he wanted to stay away. But easy fix, guys. You just put on a new branding, elite edition, and you can charge whatever the fuck you want, man. So there is that. And then, like I was saying, speaking of that Doom Slayer, it looks like he has a fucking mech to this fucking thing. It's his Atlan thing that he also showed off. So no information on when this goes up for pre-order, but just based off of the size of his figures and then this thing next to it, it's like, this thing is huge. This thing is fucking huge. And if this Doom Slayer was $60, I can see this thing, I don't know, maybe closer to 80. Fuck, I don't know why it would be that much. And then that Doom Slayer is 60, but I can't imagine Todd putting anything out over $100. And yeah, like I was saying, speaking of Figma, looks like they're also putting out Doom of the Dark Ages Doom Slayer version of figure. So we're gonna see that. Maybe it's better than their last release. I saw a lot of people that were kind of nitpicky with that, but I still kind of want to get this Todd, man. I want to see if a little price drop in that, maybe like a sale here and there. Get it for like 45 or 50. That'd be cool. But this Atlan thing, this shit looks fucking crazy. Just the size of it. I don't know how well he's gonna pull off the articulation to it, because we get some of the design like renders and stuff, and it looks pretty fucking awesome. It just looks cool. But for some reason, Todd's figure just like doesn't look anything like that. So obviously not the best quality images. I do apologize for that. It's just like the best I could get. But we got to wait to see this come out, and just for how much, and just to see the articulation that it could have, just to see if it could pose out like this, a little bit crunched over. And then maybe those cannons in the back move. So that'd be cool, but yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see. And then also kicked off more Warhammer reveals. So it's good to see that he still has a license, man. I know there's a lot of fans of the stuff that he has put out for this stuff. They tend to sell out too. I'm actually surprised of like how well they do. I think recently I was talking to somebody about some of the Todd stuff, and I was like, man, let me see if I can even buy one, the one that I wanted. Couldn't even find it anymore. I was like, God damn. And then I was trying to look for that sniper one with the cloak. Couldn't find it. I was like, damn, So, like I said, this is up Todd's alley, man. Big, chunky, a lot of plastic fucking figures. And yeah, it looks like he's delivering right there with the Warhammer stuff. And we got to some of his DC stuff, man. He got the Kite Man coming out. I think this is all going to be Target exclusives. Or at least the Kite Man is the Dark Archer, then the Dark Stars. Know nothing about these motherfuckers, but Green Arrow villain right here in the middle. Maybe you get another Green Arrow out there if you want to fill out more of that Justice League display out. Yeah, that probably a pass for me, man. But then he got one more Batmobile coming out too. So we got DC Rebirth Batman Batmobile. I like the silhouette of it, and I like the side profile of it, but that front half, I don't like that shit, dude. That front part, it just looks, I just don't like it, man. It's just, I don't know. They could have done something better right there with that grill. It just looks too plain and too kind of goofy, you know. But the side profile kind of reminds you a little bit of the animated series one, the different kind of take on it. And I obviously like the animated series, but just the front of it I don't like. So I think this is gonna be one I pass up on. And then all new wave of Super Friends coming out, man. I actually pre-ordered that first wave on his site because I saw the Cyborg Soups go up, so able to get that and the first wave of these figures. Because yeah, I do want to build out like the Super Friends little shelf and Legion of Doom. You know, so we got a Flash coming out, Superman, the little Kryptonite ball and chain, Captain Cold, Cheetah, and Toy Man. Like, yeah, this shit looks pretty cool, man. Just to build out like a cool little old school shelf, you know, and these are actually more 6-inch scale. Obviously, the articulation is gonna be super dated, but they actually do kind of fit like on a 6-inch like shelf, you know, maybe kind of have them more towards the back, obviously, so you don't see those disgusting hip joints and shit. But yeah, I think scope wise and paint wise, they just I don't know. There's something about them that I like, and yeah, I kind of wanted to see what's up with that wave one, and then all new wave of Batman the animated series coming to Target. So we got fucking Killer Croc, Great Ghost, Rage Shot Ghoul, and then Jonah Hex build a figure. And then the Batman is a combat belt Batman, and shit, man, fucking fans of that Kenner shit. You guys are fucking fans of this figure. This thing goes for crazy amounts. Mint on card, old school joint, fucking $300. 53 watches, tripping, bro. There's better things to buy, like hookers and cocaine and shit. Not just listings, but actually sold listings too. You know, so you got fucking 250 with the $15 delivery, and then this guy got a little bit of a discount, 264 with the free delivery. So yeah, man, it's very kind of more of a grail piece for those old school fans. I might just cop this because it does look like a good Batman the Animated Series figure. I never picked up that Mayfex and shit. I always thought that shit just looked fucking funny. But this looks cool, man. This looks pretty dope and shit, you know, especially if you kind of grew up with like these Kenner figures and stuff. Like it's got that nostalgia to it, man. So I don't know if I see this at Target, I might swoop in for it, but it might be one that starts getting scaled just because of the you know, obviously what it's representing as far as the vintage one goes. And then we still got to wait to see if it comes with all those accessories. You know, they didn't really show everything else off, but it's supposed to be that, you know, so maybe they do trick it out and stuff. Cause yeah, it kind of would suck if you want to pay $300 for that. And then jumping back to Target, more stuff, more of his gold labels going up for pre-order on Target soon. So we got this Cyborg Soups, this Manhunter Cyborg Soups. So little paint job on this one, all red with black and stuff. Looks pretty cool. It would have been cool to get like another head sculpt. Maybe you kind of just buy this one and kind of use it for your classic one. But whatever, it's all good. It's easy repaint. And then also coming to Target, we get the new 52 Superman. Good little soft goods cape on him, you know, for whatever it's worth. You know, you're still packing that into these. I think I'm good on this. Fucking that Superman was a little prick too, a little asshole. So didn't they like shoot this motherfucker off into space or some shit? So I don't know. Cool for a little Superman shelf, get like another version of him and stuff. And then yeah, for whatever it's worth, he's still packing in those caves and shit. So that's cool, even if you want that for like custom fodder and stuff. And the head sculpt looks okay. It doesn't look that bad. And then battle damage from that James Gunn Superman movie coming soon. So we got another Target exclusive coming to him. This time he's battle damage and stuff. And then he's still got that stupid open hand. That he ain't holding shit right there. It looks like he's got arthritis. So that's kind of a bummer, you know. But this marketing is ramping up for this movie, man. Because along with that, these are going all up for Target, so you should be seeing these gold labels go for Target. But up for pre-order now is the Lex Luthor and Baby Kaiju, man. And this actually falls into his deluxe theatrical editions. $35 for this right here, bro. $35 for this, where it's just like, okay, man, it gives you a Baby Kaiju. Like, that's pretty fucking dope. Not really, but okay, he thinks it is at least. And then, you know, you get the fucking trading card. So I don't know if that's worth $35 or 35. Yeah, I think 30 or $35, but it is packed in as a deluxe release along with this Ultraman. So this Ultraman also falling under the deluxe theatrical edition. $35 for this, bro, for just this fucking what just looks like just shit Todd figure, with a lot of hands. I don't know, man. This looks like it's just going straight clearance the fuck out, bro. I think you can buy this for like 10 or $15. Is there supposed to be like some big reveal, like who's underneath that mask and stuff? I think supposedly there is. But I can miss me all day with this figure. I'd be interested to see like Mayfex. Like I said, I'm waiting for the movie, but see what Mayfex does with these characters, what SH Figuarts might jump in and want to do. Yeah, Todd can miss me all day with this shit because $35 is just outrageous, and it just trips me out because it's just like, man, this is adult collector shit because I don't see no kid wanting this gimp suit looking fucking character. They don't know shit about it, because then even in the trailers you don't really know much about the movie, so it's just like it's like you're trying to sell toys. Like I feel like this movie's just missing the mark, it's like this doesn't look like a fun toy for a kid. And shout out to, I think it was Ghost Tab that made that comment when we saw that deluxe kaiju mega fig thing, hunk of fucking shit, plastic. They just look terrible. I think somebody made a comment saying that looks like a design that they want to make like little merch off of, like little plushies or something. But that looks like just a terrible design for like a kaiju. And even when he's like little baby form, it just looks ugly as shit, man. Bring out the gimp. Yeah, exactly. And then this design, it's just like, I don't know, this shit just looks too tactical, too. I don't fucking know, man. But like I was saying, the merch is rolling out, man. She got this little baby Joey. I don't know what the fuck that is, but I don't think any kids are gonna see that at the store and want to buy that shit. That ugly looking baby kaiju. And then something for the retro fans. We got the superpowers little vehicle sets that are part of the movie, that Fortress of Solitude also. So still kind of fits for like a retro fan, you could kind of use that for like your Mr. Terrific, obviously like a Superman display. But this shit right here, like I'm saying, baby kaiju, this shit just looks like, what, dude? They fucking butchered this design, bro. They thought this was gonna like sell. No fucking way, dude. It's like I'm saying, bro. Look at Stitch. Stitch's design is so fucking cool because he looks cute, but he looks cool too. This looks ugly as shit. Like it doesn't look cute and it doesn't look cool. Like it doesn't get any of them. Look at this fucking little fuck. Look at this guy. So which one would you want to buy? This little gay ass fool, little cute guy, or this ugly motherfucker right here? This shit ugly, bro. Not feeling this, man. Look at this. Look at Stitch, bro. He's fucking awesome. Look at his ass. The fucking ears articulate. Shit, I didn't even talk about that, bro. This looks fucking good, man. Look at his ass, bro. This looks terrible, man. This just looks terrible. And it just gets me nervous about the movie because I'm like, man, they're really trying to sell merch off of this. Like, this to me looks like a fucking throwaway fucking character that Superman is gonna kill. So why the hell would you want to sell a baby version of that? Something that's gonna fucking die brutally. Like, come on, guys. It's not hard to make toys and sell them to kids, man. Yes, that kaiju is just plushie bait. It's just, I don't know, man. This to me is plushie bait. This is plushie bait, bro, all day. This is get this shit away from me, bait, bro. Like, this is ugly. I'm hoping there's time for Todd to put out the 3-pack of Zod, Ursa, and non for Superman 2 movie. Yeah. I think he might get around to that, dude. As the stuff ramps out, that's why I feel like there's like a strong push to just push all this crap out right away, because I don't even think he thinks he's gonna sell a lot of this stuff. But yeah, we gotta wait to see. But there's definitely like a more of a push now going forward to get this movie ramped up. That kaiju reminds me of Mac and Me. I don't know, man. I don't like it, bro. It's like baby kaiju. That to me sounds like an instant sell. But if you really want a baby kaiju, Nendoroid is where you gotta go, bro. Because we take a look at this Nendoroid Shin Godzilla. This is what a baby kaiju is supposed to look like, bro. This shit looks fucking awesome. Like, dude, look at this. I was like, holy fuck, this looks cool, man. I do like a good Nendoroid from here and there, but man, I don't really buy too many of them. But I feel like this one is just so unique and so cool looking that, like, yeah, this looks like a baby kaiju, bro. Like a little baby Godzilla. This looks fucking sweet, dude. He's got that fucking movie poster, fucking representation and shit. That looks awesome. This looks dope. I'm gonna probably pre-order this shit. I saw it go up on HLJ, and I'm like, you know what? It just looks hell of a lot of fun. You know, like just having this on your desk. It could even be like 1-to-1 scale, you know, for like your action figure stuff. You know, it's just like, hey, that's in scale, bro. That's probably what the size of a baby kaiju would be, like 6 feet tall. You know, it's like holy fuck. He's got the effect pieces and all that shit. Like, yeah, this looks sweet, man. So probably gonna pre-order this, man. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna front. This looks really fun. So be on the lookout for that if you're into it. But jumping over to the Marvel stuff, let's get into the Marvel Legends Hasbro Pulse fan stream, guys, because it was pretty off the hook this week, man. I'm not gonna lie. It was getting teased out previously that obviously these guys had like a Marvel versus Capcom 2 fucking wave. It was heavily leaked out. Heavily leaked out that man, I couldn't wait for it to get reveals of this stuff, man. So they did kind of have a little leaked list going around that the stream was gonna revolve around. And shit, before that, like I'm saying about the Superman, you're gonna start seeing a ramp up in Fantastic Four merchandise also, this time on the Marvel side. So Marvel Legends, I think they're doing a lot better job to sell action figures of the movie, man. You know, because we get into the wave. Surprisingly, all of these are $25. That I was actually pleasantly surprised. Not to say that I'm particularly going in for them, but pretty cool on them to not overprice this stuff. You know, it's like that thing figure is more of a beefier body. It's like we're just looking at that Ultraman, $35. That's crazy. You know, the Silver Surfette coming with the big surfboard. She likes them big. $25. It wasn't overpriced. I was like, hey, that's cool, man. You know, we get the Soy Boy Johnny, it's fucking flamed on version. It's also another $25. Pretty cool. We'll get into the entire wave because, yeah, figure wise, I thought these looked pretty good, you know, for what they were, like what they were trying to do with them. Obviously the likeness and stuff, you kind of start to nitpick because we get into the wave. Like I was saying, Silver Surfette. This probably looks like the most cheap one because it just doesn't look like it has any fucking paint. Like that ROM figure that they put out recently is like all kinds of paints, all kinds of shiny, very cool. This to me just looks so dull and like cheap that the gimmick of getting like a Silver Surfette, I can understand. I don't like the choice for the movie to have this version of Silver Surfer out there. But hey, I guess they wanted to go with that, so whatever. Still check out the movie, you know, give it a fair shot. Figure wise though, like I'm saying, this shit just look very fucking cheap and dull. Looks like she's like riding on fucking shit water. That they were trying to say it was a cosmic wave. I was just like, hey, props to them for giving her some kind of flight stand, but it just looks like she's fucking surfing on sewer water. Like, that shit does not look good, bro. And then the head sculpt, man, it's just like, fuck, dude. This just to me just looks like uncanny valley type of shit. You know, you get like the eyes where it's just like, bro, I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see your pupils, bro. I just want to see your fucking nipples. You know, because can we just be civilized here? Just want to see her fucking nipples and then the rest of her body completely silver, like a fucking liquid. Oh man, because yeah, I don't know. Figure wise, I was gonna pass anyway, but just that head sculpt to me, it just looks so fucking bad. It just looks terrifying. And not to any fault to Hasbro. I feel like they just kind of put together the design, but just the design of her, just to me, it doesn't look that cool. You know, I feel like MCU movies usually do pretty good stuff for like their portrayals of heroes or like, you know, comic characters and stuff. But this one to me, I feel like they just kind of overthought it too much. It's like I don't want to see the details on her face. Like I don't want to see her fucking eyes and shit like that. Like I don't know. Maybe it looks better in the movie, but just on the figure, it just looked very weird. And then like I was saying, she likes them big, so that fucking Silver Surfboard's slightly bigger, or maybe a lot bigger than that regular one. But yeah, this is easy pass for me. But like I was saying earlier, cool that they're only $25. You know, got the little retro packaging that they wanted to showcase. It's pretty cool too. That old school Hasbro little logo right there on the bottom right. I thought that was cool, man. Like if they can do stuff with packaging, like that's kind of fun, you know. So that's good. And then we move on to Soy Boy Johnny Soy. Oh man, this one right here, I was just like, holy fuck, man. This don't look anything like that, dude. I was just like, holy fuck, dude. This dude looking scary, bro. Keep this guy away from your kids, bro. Keep this guy fucking 100 feet from any fucking elementary school, guys. Fucking hell, this guy. Oh man, I was just like, yeah, this is easily gonna be probably the least selling one, because obviously, man, Johnny Storm, this dude's got to be fucking fully flamed up, flame on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought these little effect pieces were just the cheapest thing, but it's cool that they added something. It wasn't just gonna be a power down Johnny, so they pack in a little something, for the completionists out there, get a little add on. But the flame on version, man, surprisingly looked pretty good to me. I was like, you know what, this looks actually pretty cool. I was kind of worrying about about just like his like suit, how it doesn't catch on fire instantly. People were like, oh, he's probably got a special suit. What if he's fucking in his civilian clothes? It's like, does all this shit just burn up? So that's 80s Ellen. Oh man, bro, I was like, you know what, that head sculpt is gonna get used for something. It's gonna get used for something. Like, bro, call Chris Hansen. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this head sculpt is gonna definitely get used for something. I just don't know if it's gonna be this figure. So we gotta wait to see that. But even then, going back to just the costume designs that Disney or Marvel went with here for Fantastic Four, I think they look good, man. I think these look pretty close to comic book, what I would like visualize a live action Fantastic Four like costume to look like. I thought this, like, the color choice even is good to me with the white. I like it, especially if it's got to have like that kind of vintagey old school kind of flair to it. Like they knocked it out of the park with that, and it makes for a good selling figure, or a good looking toy. It still has like that, like it has some kind of fun to it, just because of the colors and shit. But going back to this flame on version, like I was saying, this is probably the best of the wave for me. It just looks pretty fucking cool, even in that head sculpt. I think maybe you could use that head sculpt for like maybe like that retro card back one. If it fits and stuff, I think it could give it a different kind of look to it. The little flame effect pieces on there, you can kind of detach those and add it onto another figure or something. So that would be kind of cool. Yeah, I feel like this is probably going to be the better seller of the wave, as opposed to his powered down version. It's going to be the least selling version of the wave. Looking like CVS version of Justin Timberlake, for reals, bro. Oh man, I was like, that's, like I was saying, that's gonna be the least selling one, and I feel like this is gonna be the best selling one, man. Because from there we move on to the leader of the Fantastic Four, and make no mistake about it, you guys, this is the fucking leader of the Fantastic Four. It shouldn't even be called the Fantastic Four. It should just be the Fantastic Sue Storm plus her 3 little fucking ducks. Because from what I understood, I don't want to spoil anything. From what I understood, it's gonna be heavily revolving around her. She's probably gonna be the one that saves them all, guys. Just want to break it to you. But yeah, leader of Fantastic Four, she looks pretty good to me too, man. I ain't gonna lie. I actually like the head sculpt on this. I actually thought that maybe for not a movie version of this, maybe you could slide this into like a comic display or something, or maybe like a GI Joe figure or something. Like it still has like a, I don't know, it just, since the likeness isn't like completely there, like it gives me like a kind of like a comic book vibe to it. I could definitely see this like on a comic Sue Storm, and I think I could pull it off, and then even then, like I was saying about the costumes, these costumes are just so good that like this even looks comic book enough too to be like a comic book Fantastic Four. Maybe not so much with like the black on the costume, like the black accents like on the gloves and stuff, but just the torso and the legs and stuff, the boots and everything, it looks comic book enough. And yeah, I don't know, I wouldn't mind this if this was like my Fantastic Four set. I think the best set out there is probably that MEZCO set. I still have those fucking old ass Walgreens ones that I thought about upgrading when they did that retro card back way, but I was just like, man, that Sue Storm head sculpt kept me the fuck away. And I know I could have just head swapped that, but I was just like, nah, I don't really need another wave of those. Another set of those characters, and if they're not going to be like good solid upgrades, but I feel like a good comic book wave of that is like it's necessary, but man, if I didn't have a Fantastic Four set, like I think I wouldn't be too mad at this one, for it to be my Sue Storm. Soy Boy Johnny, I would probably get the Flame On version. Because yeah, the 2 out of 2 for the team so far looks pretty solid, because from there moving to her assistant Reed Richards, so we got the little cuck man Reed, Mr. Fantastic, and I gotta say, bro, this is the one character that I'm just like, fuck, dude. This is gonna kill the whole movie for me. I am just like over this guy. I know I'm not the only one to say it. There's like constantly being said on the internet, like, fuck, this guy's just being used too much. But I'm over this guy, dude. Like I feel like he is just in too many roles. He didn't need to be in this, dude. I feel like this is just terrible casting where it was getting knocked out of the park. I felt like that Sue Storm, that Johnny Storm, like they were good. The Thing looks great. This dude as Reed Richards is just, I'm not seeing it, bro. I'm just not seeing it. And I don't think the story that they're going to have like for these guys, for these characters is going to elevate this dude to be like, yeah, this is the proper Reed Richards. Like, nah, they really fucked up in that fucking Doctor Strange movie, man. It should have been that dude Krasinski. I feel like he could have done a way better portrayal of Reed than this guy. And the figure is probably the worst one of the way for me outside of the Silver Surfette. It just looks super boring, super lacking. Like these hands, they ain't doing shit, and it's just like I feel like Diamond Select put out some pretty cool effect pieces for their like Reed. They even got like this crazy one that like just a fucking hunk of plastic, but it's very cool. The MEZCO set got around to doing some cool stuff. Like, man, I feel like a comic book read would probably be worthy of a deluxe maximum release type of shit from Marvel Legends, but they're definitely not gonna do it for this MCU version. Fuck no. So, to keep it in that $25 price point, I understand, but like I'm saying, this is probably gonna be the worst one of the wave next to that Soy Boy Johnny. So yeah, be on the lookout for this one right here. And then we move on to The Thing. And I feel like, man, the only thing that really kind of kept me from thinking this is like a solid Thing figure is probably the pants. Like I probably would have wanted to see them in some little short shorts and stuff, but it still looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. I think just with like the articulation on the knees, it just looks kind of weird right there with like those huge gaps and shit. But outside of that, like I'm saying, that with that Sue Storm and then that Flame On Johnny, it's like, yeah, you can get like a pretty good comic book look to these like characters. Like if you don't have any comic versions on your shelf, like these look pretty on point. You probably have to figure something out with that Reed because that head sculpt just ain't it, man. Even if he knocks it out of the park, it's like that head sculpt just looks not comic book at all. But the other characters, they definitely have enough to kind of fill that if you want to use them for that. And then yeah, like I'm saying, I feel like, man, Marvel Legends did this movie justice with their figures, man, because the Todd shit for the Superman just ain't it. And maybe he doesn't have much to work with because that fucking, like I was just talking about that kaiju design. It's like, man, really, you can't sell that shit even if you pack all kinds of articulation into that, all kinds of accessories. It just doesn't look good. This right here is like, yeah, this looks good for like a casual Marvel fan, the average moviegoer or whatever. Like, hey, new Fantastic Four figures, like, oh, cool. Like, maybe they like the movie. The movie's great. These look like solid products out there that are gonna be in stores for people to pick up. Like, I feel like anybody that sees this figure right there is just, man, they'll pick it up because it just has such a fucking crazy design. It's like obviously who doesn't like the Thing and stuff. It's fucking clobbering time. Like it just looks good for action figure fans and just for like just casual, people that want something, some kind of, movie merch or something. It looks good, I gotta wait to see if this is the exact costume design that they go with in the movie. Maybe it's an early look they had to work with and stuff, and maybe Marvel kind of tweaked it from there. But the clips that I saw in the movie, there was like one we had like a full-on sweater. I probably would have wanted to see that on the figure just to get that version. We don't have them like shirt off and stuff. But not a bad out from these guys. I felt like, what, it did pretty damn good.
Wanna take you for a ride. 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 Wanna take you for a ride.
it off.
Wanna take you for a ride.
Turn it off.
For a ride. Wanna take you
Oh man. That fucking video, man. I just love that song, Take You for a Ride, just fits it so well. I was like, dude, that's why I know the casting was terrible. This guy's over there doing that stuff. It's like, bro, you gotta slow it down. Slow it down, buddy. Slow it down, man. But I just love that song fits so well. Because from there, obviously they kicked off the stream with this fantastic 4 first steps wave. And like I was saying, pleasantly surprised to see these were all $25, 6-figure wave. Like, hey man, you know, if you want the whole collection, you love the movie, so under $200 you get majority of the characters. Maybe they re-released the Galactus movie version this time. Maybe that's a possibility. I saw some people talking about that on X and stuff. That'd be kind of crazy. And from what I heard, Galactus is done extremely well in the movie, so I am looking forward to that. But from there, like, that little song was just teasing out, man. We're moving to the meat and potatoes of the stream, man. Oh man, it kicked it off with something awesome where I just knew, yeah, this is gonna be one of the few times that I'm gonna be all in on a Marvel Legends wave, or at least the majority, you know, because we kick it off with this Wolverine and Silver Samurai 2-pack. And right from the early teasers, people are already kind of talking about new sculpt on this Wolverine. You know, it's got like these like bigger bootstrap type of things, and it just looks, you know, because they had teased out just the feet of them. And I was like, damn, that would be crazy if they do that. But it's fucking Hasbro. When the fuck are they ever gonna do that? You know, they're ever gonna do a new sculpt on Wolverine? It's probably gonna be Maximum. They're probably gonna take it out of our ass, man. Pleasantly surprised to see this. I was just like, man, this is freaking sweet, bro. Super sick design for Wolverine. Was obviously from these like Marvel versus Capcom, X-Men versus Street Fighter games, you know, Marvel superheroes, all that stuff. Always had like this like kind of exaggerated proportions on Wolverine that gave him like more of a stocky build. He just has like more of a stocky type of build. Like his like mask, like the ears on his mask are just super like bigger and larger and longer and stuff. It's like, hey, yo, pause. It's like bigger and longer. But yeah, it's just something about that design in those games. It always just was like, man, that's the Wolverine that everybody really wants, you know. It looks so fucking good that you even don't even pay attention to the Silver Samurai. They has some new sculpts, new parts to it. You know, if you have that previous release, it has maybe lesser paint. You know, this just looks like, did I say Silver Samurai? I meant matte gray Samurai. Definitely lacking there when it comes to the silver, but still a cool one if you don't have that figure. Yeah, I'd probably be happier if I didn't have to buy this fucking 2-pack with that added on, because I already have the first release. But the Wolverine looks so good that I can overlook it. This shit just looks awesome. I think a lot of people are wondering about the price point, like just what the prices on these 2-packs are going to be. Because this isn't the only 2-pack, you know, this is the one that kicked it off, but it being like more of a Marvel versus Capcom minus the Capcom wave, it's like, yeah, you know, they're going to get packed in the 2 figures per box. But it does allow them to pack it in with more stuff outside of just the figure, you know. I think if these would have just been single carded out, I don't think we'd get some of the effect pieces coming with the Wolverine or the Silver Samurai. Because he's got his fucking berserker rage and all that shit, man. All those crazy special moves from the game. Like, just that effect piece alone is just so sick. Like, I want that. Like, I want that. And it's something that they should have probably done a long ass time ago. But thank God they're doing it now, you know. So definitely gonna be fun to pose around. Just, man, display if you want to like put these out on display, like looks like they're fighting on yourself. Like, you definitely do that. Yeah, they're gonna get crazy with the photography when it comes to this. But that Wolverine to me just looks so good. It looks so good that I can even overlook the single jointed elbows. I saw people talking about that, about like the fucking single jointed elbows, fucking range you're gonna get. It's like, dude, look how big his fucking arms are, bro. Like, a double joint on those huge arms just are gonna look fucking hideous, dude. Just like those god awful brutal realm figures. I don't know what the fuck those things look like. With the elbows and shit, look terrible, bro. It just has like this disgusting double joint right there in the inside of the elbow. It doesn't look good, bro. doesn't look good. Where that's where I can kind of understand more of the Four Horsemen when they put single joints on their arms. And dude's got big, huge biceps that it just looks better with the single joint. And since they add in like some good butterfly joints on this, I think they think it can make up. It can make up for it, and it's gonna look better aesthetically. I don't know. To me, I can completely understand the single joint elbows. It tripped me out how people were just losing it over that, where maybe you do got to point it out, obviously, as a gripe, but I don't think it's enough to diminish the fucking sculpt or the rest of the figure. I think it just it's the best Wolverine I've seen Marvel Legends put out easily. I'll say it right now. I'll just easily say that best Wolverine they've ever put out. I think it looks sweet, and like I said, I'm gonna be willing to buy a character that I already have, the Silver Samurai. Maybe I can dump the old one, man. Maybe people don't have that figure. Is that shit still available? Because if it's gone up in the aftermarket, I'm gonna try to move off of that shit because I don't want two of that. But this looks good. This looks so fucking good. My man Pox says, I agree. The single joints can get almost the same range. It was blown out of proportion. Yeah, it's like, dude, are you serious? Like, look at the butterfly joints. Like, they're showcasing everything you need the Wolverine to do. Pretty much, they're already kind of showcasing you. Like, it can do it, bro. Like, the posing right here that they're doing it. Like, yeah, you're gonna need this pose, all this stuff. Like, it's doing that stuff, man. I think the one pose that people would want to see it do is just like obviously where he's just like that, like or like that with the X crossing. Maybe we got to wait to see if it can even hit that stuff, but it wasn't enough of a deal breaker for me. Like, I still think this shit's fucking sweet looking, and yeah, I'm just kind of wondering now about like the price tags on these shits because them being in 2-packs, yeah, it's probably gonna check it up a little bit, but man, just aesthetic wise, like they're knocking it out of the park. And like I was saying, I was like, man, this is gonna be crazy wave, man. Because yeah, Gamerverse being like like I've mentioned in the past, the subline that's probably the least favorite subline of Marvel Legends. People obviously love the comic stuff. They hate most of the time the MCU stuff. Gamerverse usually is the worst of the worst. That's like the stuff that doesn't even get displayed on people's shelves. It's just like bin figures, But this right here, I was pleasantly surprised with that Gamerverse Venom. Now you add this, it's like, yeah, okay, this is not gonna be like the least favorite of the bunch going forward, I would think. Because from there, moving to the next 2-pack, we got Psylocke versus Thanos, and man, people have been waiting on a new Marvel Legends Psylocke, man. And I gotta say, man, I think it's good to have waited, man, because this shit is just like, look at that back meat, yo. Hey, yo. I was like, yo, she looks great. That fucking pose is just so fucking good that it's like, man, I try to put my Mayfix in that shit, and it's just like, fuck, dude. Mayfix to me are just overrated some of the times. It's like not all of their figures are like goated, bro. Like that Mayfix Psylocke, it's like, man, it's like they didn't even try. Like they didn't even try, bro. It's like, it's very frustrating, and we were just looking at these blank bodies of like these female like figures. It's just like, man, there's better shit that can be done out there. And it's just like Mayfix, they better start evolving too, bro, or they're gonna be the most outdated looking stuff out there, because yeah, Marvel Legends, like this being like their premier female body, it's just like, yeah, they got a good one for the next few years, to really put good characters on there. Because yeah, this Psylocke, she's one of them that, like, man, they could get multiple Psylocks out on the same body, and I think they would sell every last one of them. This one being another 2-pack with another figure that a lot of people don't particularly want because most likely they have already. And it doesn't really look like it's too much of an update outside of like the pinless arms and legs. I can't even see my Thanos. Does that shit have pins on it? Yeah, I think on the legs, right? But then the other thing too is like the paint job on this one is slightly different from like a more comic look, but it does look like this in the video games. He does have like this more lighter, not so saturated look. And I think it's still cool that, I don't know, maybe you could just put this on your specific Marvel versus Capcom shelf and maybe have your Thanos on another shelf. I have fucking that old ass Diamond Select, Marvel Select Thanos. I have that Marvel Legends one. And then I have the other Diamond Select that was, I think it was like a comic version, but it just looked It didn't look like he didn't have this shit. He had like a darker blue with like gold. I like that one. That's still like my favorite Thanos that I have, but that shit doesn't move for shit. So this one I don't know. Like a fourth Thanos, I don't think I need. The one that I fucking need that I don't have is the MCU Thanos. I've always wanted that fucking SH Figuarts, and I just never got it, man. I was like, you know what? I'm buying the Mayfix stuff for the movies, and I'm like, man, they got to do with Thanos one day, and just it's taking them fucking years to put out anything. So, man, who knows? Who knows if I ever get one of those shits? But man, Thanos is just such an iconic character, obviously in the movies, and then in this video game, he wasn't really a playable character, like too much of a playable character for me. I didn't really pick him too many of the times, man. But they had to add something, and it's just like, hey, fuck it, they're gonna put the two packs together, like it's still another character that fills out one of the characters in the game, so it makes sense. But yeah, I think this is gonna go up for pre-order on Target next couple of days, and that's probably the other thing that sucks the most about this 2-pack is just the fact that it's a Target exclusive. So the pre-orders are gonna dry up, maybe not right away, but they definitely will dry up, man, because I think the Psylocke just looks so good. That yeah, this is gonna be a hot one that I can see people even buying doubles of, man. Like I said, you get that the scalpers hitting the market and stuff, and definitely makes it harder for people to buy the stuff that they want, without having to go through eBay and shit. So be on the lookout for this. I think it goes up June 6th or June 5th. Yeah, around there. So it was kind of a little bit of a damper on the wave, knowing that we're gonna get some exclusives in here. So they're not going to be all guaranteed, just easy pre-orders. But I was happy to hear that Wolverine one was. So that one's going up, I think, the day before this one, just on fan channels. And then this one goes up on Target. And then from there, we move into probably the least anticipated one when it releases. This one's going to Walmart. So we got the War Machine versus Omega Red 2-pack. And they kind of tweaked around the War Machine a little bit, tweaked around the Omega Red a little bit, but like this was the one that this just looks straight repacked. That it's definitely harder to get people twice on these particular characters. It's like more than twice. I think I have like fucking 4 War Machines, Marvel Legends. Like, fuck, I don't need a 5th one, god damn it. Even though it would kind of work in like a fucking, armory set and all that shit. But I'm like, fuck that. And then Omega Red, I have that, what was it, a 6-pack, Wolverine 6-pack or something that came out with that. So I have that version that's like super bright red. But man, looking at the pauldrons on this one has like more accurate pauldrons to that Marvel vs. Capcom 2 game, where I'm just like, motherfuckers. You goddamn motherfuckers. Where it's like, once I noticed that, like the shoulders on the Omega Red, I was just like, I'm probably gonna get this. I'm probably gonna fucking get this, bro. Cause like, damn, I'm just finding it in my head. You know what? I'll just put this on my Marvel vs. Capcom 2 shelf. I got a little Mega Man figure. Got a couple releases from Capcom. Got some Storm Arena coming around the corner. I was like, yeah, I can justify this, man. Then I'll just have the yellow Omega Red in my X-Men display. Easy. Problem solved, man. And then War Machine, you could probably never have too many War Machines, man. He just looks fucking badass. But it does feel like they cheaped mostly out on this 2-pack. This was just kind of a fill the slot for a retailer. Like, Walmart needs an exclusive. What do we got? All right, let's just do these 2 characters. They're in the game. Yeah, fuck it. Let's do it. Bam, bam. Lickety split. We're done. Like, yeah. Hey, they really gave no fucks about this one, because you got the pins on that War Machine's legs and stuff. It's like, man, at least update it, because even then, the accuracy on this costume isn't really accurate. Like his like thigh armor and stuff is supposed to be black. It's supposed to be like black in that video game. So they probably could have done something with that single carded one that they put out, that modular repainted Iron Man that they said was Marvel vs. Capcom. The legs on that one look better on this one. Shout out to my man Deep. I was actually watching one of his stories, and he kind of pointed that out. I was like, yeah, that does look better. Just like black armored up legs. Because yeah, if you look at the card art and stuff, or like the video game art, it definitely has just a slightly different design from what these guys put together. But it just kind of made me think, like, yeah, they really cheaped out on this 2-pack. Just kind of put it together pretty fast. Didn't think too much of it, So you can't be mad at him for that. It does work, and it's if you don't have these characters, which maybe some people didn't pick up that fucking 6-pack Wolverine or whatever. They don't have that updated Omega Red. Because that old one's like old as fuck, even though it's still pretty good. But I think that newer one was better. And then this one looks, I don't want to say he's better, but slightly different. I understand why they didn't do the waist rotation, but it still looks weird. Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about on the Psylocke. Yo, what's up, Future Rick? What's good with you, man? My man Rick in the house. People were bringing up that the War Machine was not even the correct deco. Yeah, like on the legs. It's just like very cheap that they did that. It's like, man, they only updated a little bit of the torso. Same thing with like the Omega Red. It's like, you guys can just make some fucking pinless legs, guys. Like, god damn it, you know. So this one might be, like I said, the least anticipated, the least fucking sought after, but it is going exclusive to Walmart, so maybe there's not too many of them out there. So if you are interested, be sure to lock it up. I believe this goes up for pre-order sometime in July, though. So I think around that time, Walmart is gonna have some kind of collector con. From what I understood, they got like a little collector con popping off soon. So it should be going up there, and then from there, move into probably another banger, probably. I think this is my favorite 2-pack. Shit. Not, and they don't have my favorite figures. I think that Wolverine was my favorite, but I think out of like just, you know, if you're adding the second character, it's like, yeah, this is probably the banger one right here, because this Captain America, fuck me, this looks good. Finally the quintessential Captain America from Marvel Legends, man. We finally get some butterfly joints on this motherfucker, fully pinless. Even the costume, I know people were kind of tripping out on like the fucking lack of like the scales and shit. I'm like, I like that on Cap, but if it doesn't have it, I'm perfectly fine with it, man. And then more than anything, we finally get a proper shield with fucking Cap. It's not broken. It's not fucking got holes in that shit. It's like, thank God. Like, thank God. Thank you guys. I just feel like a fucking idiot buying that Secret Wars Cap, thinking I was like, yeah, it's a good upgrade, good enough. Good on the Mayfex. I'm an idiot, dude. I should have got the Mayfex, but this looks awesome. It looks so fucking good that I'm just like, yeah, it looks dope as fuck. And then the Venom. I mean, I said maybe this is the best 2-pack, but I think it's just because it's like Venom's a cool character, and it's like they did a good job with the paint. But something about his head just looks too funny to me. It's like that elongated jaw that he has in the game kind of just gave his like head proportions on this figure just like a bobblehead effect. He just has like too big of a head, I feel like, you know. And this being like a bigger body, like that's saying a lot, where it just feels like his legs are just too small or short. I don't know. It's something fucking weird about it. I'm just like, man, maybe I'm just tripping, dude. I've been fucking around with that Gamerverse Venom too much, and I'm just like, any other Venom just looks like a puny wimp. But I don't know, something about it just was throwing me off. But I do like the head sculpt, like those the eyes and stuff. It's pretty accurate. The long tongue with the green fucking saliva and all that shit looks pretty good, you know. And I'm just like, yeah, you know, on that same shelf, going on that Marvel vs. Capcom 2 shelf, I'm like, yeah, that's gonna look fucking awesome, you know. And I feel like just that Cap, man, it's just the perfect Captain America, bro. It's, man, I don't want to say perfect. He's got that gigantic fucking peg in the back and his back star, but it's good enough, you know. It's definitely the best one that Marvel Legends has done. And the Venom too, like I'm saying, something about the head slightly off, but right here it doesn't look so bad. So probably elevated this 2-pack to probably the best one out of the bunch. And that's saying a lot, because that Psylocke looks pretty great to me, and the Wolverine looks pretty great to me. But I just feel like the Thanos and the silver or matte gray samurai were really cool add-ons and stuff. Where this Venom, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I like this a little bit more than those two figures. So yeah, this one's gonna be another fan channel, which pleasantly surprised about that. I'm like, yeah, I'm happy with that. Then it's gonna be a bitch to try to track this fucking Cap down. So looking forward to that. And just wondering about the price points here still, man. I was like, you know what, these are all like kind of like different types of body sizes, but they're kind of like evening them out pretty even, you know. It's just like with that Psylocke, we get like a female body, but then we get like a more of a deluxe character in there with them. And then right here we get pretty standard Marvel Legends body with that Cap, and then slightly bigger Venom. Same thing with like that Wolverine. It's like slightly bigger Silver Samurai with the beefed up Wolvie. It's like, all right, it's kind of even, you know. So I'm kind of imagining these are all the same price so far, you know, and I'm liking that. I just gotta wonder what that price is gonna be. A lot of people are kind of putting it out there. They might be like $80. I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna charge $80 for fucking no goddamn 2-pack. But I wouldn't be surprised if they are. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they are. But that just to me sounds crazy off the bat. I think they're gonna be probably $59.99. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they are. I know some of their 2-packs recently have gone up for like $44, but I feel like $59.99 is gonna be like their tariff price point, you know, the tariff safe price point. So at that price point, I don't know, is that still high? If they're $49.99, like they're awesome for it. They're awesome for it, you know. That I just don't think they're that awesome. It's like I'm too pessimistic about it. So I think for some reason I'm like, you know, $59.99, because like I said, they're putting like these bigger bodies mixed in with some of these like more basic body characters. It's like this one's like 30, this one's like 25, 55. Throw another 5 on there with the effects. That's what I'm thinking. 85? What the fuck are you talking about, bro? 65 at most. I just feel like 65, you might as well call it 70. Fuck that. It's just like, nah, 59. Bro, when you market shit, you don't put a fucking 65, motherfucker. You put 59.99, because then people think they're paying 50, you know, plus 9.99. When you see 65, I'm thinking I'm paying $75, bro. Call it 100. It's marketing, Rick. Come on, Ricky. The effects are enough of an excuse to charge $79.99. Fuck you. Fucking Codename's playing the prices right over here. This motherfucker going over, Bob. 125. Shit. 125 for the whole set, I hope. God damn. Hell no. I'll be all out. I'm out, bro. It's too rich for my blood, man. So I'm hoping these are gonna be $59.99. And like I said, a proper Captain America shield. We didn't have to beg for it this time. Thank God. Thank God, you know. It's like, fuck, was that so fucking hard, guys? You fucking piece of shit. And I know they've done it in the past, but it's just like, dude, like, man, I was so mad about that 20-year cap. I was just like, you dumb motherfuckers. Why'd you do this? Looks terrible, man. Fuck. It's like, nah, don't do that. And then the fucking Secret Wars one is like broken up. It's like, oh, it's a cool accessory, but you still want a complete nice shield, you know? And it's like, yeah, that's his weapon of choice. Like, this is iconic weapon, bro. Like, come on, man. Do it right, man. But then from there, this probably stole the show, man. Up to this point, this to me, I think this was the last reveal, actually, though. But man, the one before this, I thought was like, whoa, we can't get any better than this. But this to me right here is probably what stole the show, and rightfully so, man. Because next up, we move into this fucking juggernaut, and god damn, bro. I remember when they teased out that effect. We were talking about it, like shout out to Dan Who. He made like a little edit. He kind of put it together with like the charging effect with this video game. And I said, oh, they're just going to repack that Juggernaut. Throw all kinds of effects on there. There's no way they're going to retool a Juggernaut. No fucking way. No fucking how. Motherfucker. What the fuck do we have here, bro? All new Juggernaut? Holy smokes, man. This thing might be action figure of the year, bro. I ain't going to fucking lie. This thing might be action figure of the year, bro. Like, just on GP alone. Like, fucking shit. Look at this, bro. You want action figure crack? This is fucking action figure crack, bro. This is fucking amazing. This is amazing. When I saw this, I was like, holy shit, man. This is like what I always dreamed the Diamond Select, Marvel Select one would do. It's like, that's the one that I have, and it's just like, I'm like, man, every time I've touched that shit, I'm just like, fucking instantly want to put it down. I'm like, yeah, this shit ain't doing nothing but swinging his arms up and kind of turning his head, you know, get a little punching pose going a little bit, little charging pose. But man, this to me, I was just like, man, this shit just looks good. Like the torso articulation that they're packing into this shit is like, yeah, it's definitely gonna allow for shit like this, just kind of crunching over, because he's so fucking huge, man. He towers over people. He's got to have a good crunch forward, you know. It's just like, the fuck is he gonna be staring at, man, if you can't even look down? It's like nobody's gonna be. He's never gonna need to look up, bro, or forward. He's always gonna be looking down on motherfuckers, man, just to fucking smash them into the goddamn ground. Because, yeah, this shit to me is just fucking awesome. I honestly don't even know how it could have been better. Like, maybe obviously double joints on the knees and stuff, but man, for such a big chunky figure, I would probably get a little bit nervous about that. Just because like the weight on this shit might fuck up those joints over time. But man, they threw in some much needed toe articulation, I say here. I didn't really think we needed it too much on that Hulk figure, but I still haven't picked it up myself to see just how resilient those are and shit. But I feel like right here it does justice because of the poses like this. It's just kind of like swinging forward and shit. And my man Rick Omar, the Hasbro check cleared. I see. I'm over here glazing them up, bro. Glazing them up, man. Nah, come on, bro. You can't front. This shit right here, this whole wave, I was just like, man, even for the duds, I was willing to look over it because it's added on to something very awesome. Like I said, that War Machine Omega Red, I'm like, all right, all right, you couldn't knock it all out of the park, but for the most part, like I felt like they got fucking flying aces, bro, straight A's right here for me. Because this one being probably the best reveal of the show, it wasn't the most amazing, I think, and it being completely awesome. I was just like, wow. I wasn't shocked to see that they like retooled up a new Juggernaut. And man, you know what, dude? I feel like those hints are out there all the time. It's like when they started reissuing out stuff, they reissued out, I think, Kingpin, they reissued out Professor X, they reissued out Juggernaut versus Colossus 2-pack. And I don't have those figures anymore. I think I like got rid of like all of like my X-Men shit. And I don't even know what the fuck happened to the Juggernaut that I had. I only have the Diamond Select one. And when I saw that reissue go up, I was just like, why are they reissuing this? I have the Diamond Select Colossus and the Diamond Select Juggernaut. So I'm like, do I need the Marvel Legends versions? And I was just like, why are they reissuing this? I was like, man, are they going to do another Colossus? I would have never imagined they were going to do another Juggernaut. I thought that was it. That was going to be the best one that they do. And when you look at it side by side with this one, it just looks so outdated and so like lacking. Man, that's what amazed me by this figure. When it makes what looked awesome, it looked great for so many years, it makes it just look instantly like shit. That's how you know this thing looks awesome. Because the old one to me always looked good, but I always like the look of the Diamond Select one better. I think that's why I got rid of the Marvel Legends. I was like, yeah, the Diamond Select is just bigger. It just has a better sculpt to it. I liked it better. I like the look of it better, you know. But I always wanted it to move better, and I was just like, fuck, it's like if it could have done something with the Marvel Legends articulation. To see Marvel Legends took like the best of both worlds, man. I was like, damn, these guys fucking cooked here, bro. They fucking cooked. They fucking cooked, man. So yeah, the check cleared, Rick. Man, got them Juggernauts all up in here. I'm Juggernaut, bitch. Jugs Cap 2-pack and Eyeball are a lock for me. Yeah, exactly. Those are instant gets, but I feel like the Wolverine and the Psylocke are gonna be there too for me too. I wonder if this Juggernaut is bigger than the original. Oh yeah, it is, dude. Definitely go look at that live stream, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's significantly bigger. Significantly bigger. It's like it clears at least, I want to say at least 2 inches, 3 inches, like from height. But then like his body is just like bigger, his arms are bigger, like his shoulders are bigger, his hands are bigger. I'm like, man, he's big, bro. Hey, pause. Oh man, it definitely check out that stream over here. I'm sorry you didn't get the side-by-side images, but man, I was like very impressed. Like I said, when you instantly see the old one just look completely outdated because of the new one, that's saying a lot, you know. So awesome fucking release, instantly getting that. Glad to see that that's going to be a fan channel also, so it should be relatively easy to get. I hope it's not crazy price point, man. You know, I hope this is not crazy price point. I hope this is like $79.99 at the very most. At the very most, I can see this being $60 too, though. I can easily see it being $60. Like I said, that Venom, this fucking Venom is fucking humongous, bro. Like Seriously, like this shit is fucking huge, dude. Like this is the Marvel Legends, dude. Next to this shit, like this fucking full screen. Like this motherfucker is fucking humongous. And look at this shit. Look at old Adam here. Well, you can't really tell because he's like side by side. Look at the motherfucker. Fucking huge. This is only $60. I was like, bro, you guys gotta get it. If you guys are not buying this shit, dude, go buy it. Like, man, this is like my favorite figure of the year so far. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, man, I didn't even fucking play that goddamn video game. But that figure is just action figure crack. And I hope this if this is $60, man, all hell Marvel Legends, bro. Because from there, we're moving to Shuma Gorath. I know they changed his name, man. I know he's got a different name in the fucking video game or now in the continuity or whatever. But man, this shit right here, it's been said that one day it was gonna be a true fucking thing, that they were gonna put this out, man. I thought, you know what? After seeing that Dungeons and Dragons like movie figures, that huge eyeball thing and stuff, and I'm like, man, if the Dungeons and Dragons guys can pull this off, Dwight, get the fuck off your ass. Do something. Do something cool before you fucking retire for once in your life. This is it right here. This is fucking it. I was just like, dude, awesome fucking figure. Just look at this shit. This shit just looks fucking crazy, dude. The bandy wires on the tentacles, the articulated eyeball, the articulated eyelids. Like this shit just looks like all kinds of fun. That even if you don't have an affinity for like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 or anything like that, this motherfucker is a fucking crazy ass character, man. When was that last Savage Avengers run? I think it was like 2018. No, what was it, like 2021 or something? I forgot. It's a pretty dope ass run. I forgot who wrote that shit. Conan's on the team, Wolverine's on the team. Venom, who else is on the team? Elektra, Conan, dude. There's this arc where he's like fighting this motherfucker and shit with Kang. It's fucking sick. I'm like, this is a necessary character for like just any kinds of like Conan photography, Marvel photography, MVC2 photography. Like if you do that stuff, I just wanted, like I said, for my MVC2 shelf, it's just like something that, like I said, it's been asked for fucking years now if they were going to ever fucking do it. I think the one thing getting pointed out here, though, is just the scale of it. It's just a little bit too big, but who gives a fuck? I think the bigger, the better at this point. Maybe some people would want accuracy and shit, but I feel like a character like this, I don't know if it's an exact thing in the continuity and the lore of it, but I feel like a character like this can like shapeshift or like not shapeshift, but like change in size and stuff. It's just he has like that type of like mysticism to it, he's got like a crazy ass power set. Like that really didn't bother me too much and shit, and I think it even had something to do with like the arms. I think if it would have been smaller, if you're pegging in all these arms, it's just that fucking like eyeball. It's like, man, there's got to be a lot of plastic in those fucking like hinges and stuff, so it's like I think those arms just had to be that big to maintain like the weight of like all these bent arms and shit like that, like, or just the resistance and stuff. That's just what I was just like thinking or theorizing and stuff in my head. I was like, I think it has something to do with that, because like those joints that connect to the eyeball just look so large that I feel like that's kind of why, and like that's why it's just allowing for just such gnarly bands. Like, look at this. I was just like, man, that's saying a lot that it can bend like this, and it just keeps its fucking like form. Like I got that Doc Ock fucking movie figure from Marvel Legends, like it was like a year ago, 2 years ago. That's just awesome. But like, man, the bendy arms, it's like, man, when you bend them, after a while, they kind of like move back a little bit. It's like, I don't want to fucking crease the motherfuckers and shit and break them, but it's like, yeah, you want a little bit more bend to them. So when I saw this, I was like, man, this shit's all kinds of bendy and it's staying its shape. I was like, I gotta see that. I gotta see that in hand, because that's what I was kind of wondering about. It was like, man, is it gonna like bend and like have it like stay folded like that? It's not gonna like all of a sudden slowly move back. It might, but I think it has something to do with like the joints and shit. That's why, like the big ass joints. I think it's just it's like I don't know, more like reinforcement into that. I guess I'm trying to say, just from what I'm looking at, but probably has nothing to do with that and shit. Oh man, code name 179.99 for the Juggernaut. Fuck no. I hope it's like my man Obi-Wan. Please, $59. I'd hope it is. Rick, you fucking wild and got the 8 inches of Venom up in Omar's screen. Hey, yeah, real legends. Hey, that's what I should choose my live stream to, right? I'll get all kinds of views. Oh man. Speaking of 2 inches bigger, Marvel Select is my go-to jugs. Yeah, that's the one I have, man. But it ain't moving like that. Just change the channel's name to Omar's Legends, real legends. Why you guys hating, bro? Come on, man. I'm full shield now. HasLab, Marvel vs. Capcom Onslaught. Hey, there we go. The more the merrier, man. The bigger, the better. Clip that. There you go. They had a dispute with Lovecraft over the name, right? Since Shuma, an old god in his mythos. Yeah. The people that own Shuma Golrath are the same people that own the naming rights to Conan, Heroic Signatures. Like, look this shit up, guys. Look it up, guys. It's all on the internet, bro. So you know it's true. But yeah, we were like looking at that Conan release from that comic Conan release coming out soon, and yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you license out Conan, you have to license it through Heroic Signatures, and then I think you could do like particular versions of Conan. But they own the naming rights, and I think they own the naming rights also to Shuma Gorath, and that's why Marvel Legends had to change it to Gargantos. I'm still calling this shit Shuma Gorath. I think everybody is, you know, calling that shit no goddamn Gargantos. But figure wise, this shit just looks gnarly, man. I think anybody can say that, you know. It's like, you know, this is gonna get bought up heavy, and this is the one that I think is gonna be $79.99. I think the Juggernaut is gonna be $59.99, along with those 2 packs, $59.99, and I think this one's gonna be $79.99. Only because, yeah, it's a big figure and it's just like original tooling and stuff like that. But outside of that, it's just like, man, once you sculpt one of the arms, you sculpt them all. You know, it's just like all the arms are pretty much the same. So you're just really making that fucking gigantic eye. I don't really think outside of that, I don't think it's too hard to put this together. I think it's just like the initial price for the tooling, but just based off how awesome it is, I think they're banking on it's selling a shit ton, and I think that's kind of how they justify going in for the tooling and stuff. But I don't think this thing is going to be $100. I saw some people saying that it might be. That Dragon Man was $85, guys. That Dragon Man was $85, and I know that was under a different pre-order model, but this one is probably going to get made more of. That Dragon Man had a limited amount that are going to be made, probably a high number, but I don't think it's going to be higher than this. I think BBTS ordered a shit ton of this. I think Amazon, whoever's getting this, they're stocking up on this shit. There's going to be a shit ton of this because people know people are going to want this shit. It's just something that just looks way out there. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is all right. This is where when people are like, why don't they just tool a new Dojo and the arms for Wolverine? It's like, maybe they had to cut some of the budget for other shit. Like, don't you watch the rest of the stream? This looks insane, you know. And like I said, the MOQ on this is probably gonna be through the fucking roof. That is gonna justify the tooling cost. Tory Black, I will just wait for Maximum Venom and Maximum Wolverine. Hope Psylocke gets a single release. Yeah, I mean that's fair to say. I feel like Venom and Wolverine, they're always gonna be characters that they put out. It's just like always like gotta be waiting for that quintessential version of them. But I don't know, man. I really dug these. I really dug this Wolverine. Obviously you have to kind of mod it a bit, but that Walmart exclusive Venom that they put out, I think last year or early this year, wasn't perfect. You're right. There's still not the perfect Venom out there, but I think they're getting close. And like I said, man, you guys pick up that fucking Gamerverse Venom, man. You guys are gonna trip the fuck out on that thing. I know it's not comic accurate or anything, but yeah, there's still a waiting game for that perfect Venom. And yeah, man, maybe they do a Psylocke release. I know they're slight tweak in the design to this version, that it's not like super fucking classic 90s Psylocke, but I think they might get around to it, man. I did hear my boy Dwight saying that that's his favorite character. Dwight's real BFF, Omar V. You mentioned it to me, man. That's his favorite character. So yeah, I think they might get around to putting out another one, man. And then the little single accessory that it comes with is a little fucking spike ball and shit, the eyeball. Pretty cool, you know. And I love the photography that they went with right here with that little training arena and stuff. Very cool, man. The dude shooting the galaxy, dude, killing that shit, man. Awesome. And then the packaging artwork. This is gonna be windowless box, you know. So probably just because of how they gotta fucking pack that shit in there. Probably all the arms are not gonna be pegged in or something. I can imagine that. And then yeah, be on the lookout for this on fan channel releases. I believe it's not gonna be exclusive to anywhere, so it should be just going up standard places like BBTS, Amazon, and all that good stuff. Let me get that exact info because yeah, that one goes up June 18th, and the Juggernaut goes up the 26th. And then next week, the 5th, we get the Wolverine and Silver Samurai 2-pack. And then Friday, June 6th, we get that Thanos Psylocke 2-pack. And then the 12th would be the Cap 2-pack. So yeah, be on the lookout for that stuff, guys, just because, yeah, some of this stuff is probably going to go pretty fast, I would imagine, you know. And then, yeah, right here, they got a little bit of the size. I wanted to get at least this in-hand image of it just because it's just the size of it, you know, kind of comparing stuff. But yeah, you telling me that's going to be $100? Like, I don't think so. It's an impressive release, but it's not $100 worth of figure, you know, of anything. I don't think it's like that fucking hard to make and shit, you know. It's like I said, once you tool up one of the fucking arms, you made them all. So you got to plug them in that motherfucker's eyeball and then you're good to go. But yeah, I can see this thing maybe even 60. I hope it's 60, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's 80. Over that, no fucking way. I wish they would have used the Giant Man glass eye tech, but all good. Come on, Rick. You just want to flex that you have a Giant Man. First time buying a non-Japanese figure with tentacles. Hey, yeah. that's good, you know. Doesn't mean you can't use it for Japanese figures. Hey, yo. We got the bunny girls and stuff. But yeah, I mean, this eye looks pretty cool, man. You know, it looks good. And the fact that it articulates, I know NECA was doing that with that belly bomb figure and stuff. That's awesome. Like that stuff is cool, you know. And like companies, they need to not be afraid to do stuff like this, you know, especially if they see other companies do it. So like, hey man, how do they do it? Let's find out. Let's fucking research and develop, man. You know, I would hope these guys are doing that. You know, they're buying stuff that other companies are making. I just say, hey, I would be shit. If I was like making toys, I'd be like, fuck, what's out there? Let me see what these guys are doing. Oh, what the fuck? This has articulated eyeball. Can we do that? How the fuck can we do that? Like, let's buy this shit and take it apart. Boom. Like, yo, copy and paste, you know, and obviously tweak it to what you think is best or whatever. But I hope companies are doing that. I think they are, at least for the most part. And yeah, this is the whole rollout. So yeah, this easily, if it's $60 a pop and the Schumer Gorath is more, so that's $22.40. That's $300. Yeah, that's about $300 worth without the Schumer Gorath. And if that one's 80, this whole thing goes to close to $400, you know. So it's a lot of money, and that's probably why they spread out the pre-orders, you know, even though when they land, they might kind of land all at the same time. But yeah, hopefully they don't all charge at the same time, because that would be a bitch. But it's cool to see, man, that this was not their STCC rollout. I thought it would be. I thought these guys were going to save this for STCC, because I knew they were going to catch a lot of buzz off of this shit. Because for the most part, I've seen nothing but good things being said. For the most part, obviously not everybody's completely happy, but for the most part, I feel like they knocked it out of the park with this. And then yeah, to see that this is not their San Diego Comic-Con rollout, it's getting me excited to see what they do have in store for San Diego Comic-Con, because that shit, it's got to be better than this, obviously, you know. And that's saying a lot, you know. So we do got to wait and see that. But overall, I'm fully content probably going all in for this stuff if I can, you know. Maybe look at that War Machine one more time and stuff, but for the most part, like I said, I'm happy to go all in on this stuff. Thor Nicosia in the house says, hi Omar, the Schumer Gorath and Juggernaut is the only thing worth getting. Everything else is updated reuse. That's true, but like we were just talking about, man, I like the update. This Wolverine, I've always wanted a Wolverine that looked like this. That Psylocke, to me, man, that shit, she looked awesome. The Cap, I love how he looks, you know. And obviously those add-on figures to these 2-packs are kind of a bummer, more so than not, but they're still they're still kind of worthy of a cop, even if you could just kind of fudge them into like I was saying, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 shelf and just or maybe kind of mix them into your comic shelf if you don't have the characters, but since they are kind of like you were saying, reuse or repacks, it is kind of a damper on the whole thing, but I'm still happy to kind of dive into them. I think they're awesome, and you're right about the Juggernaut and Shumagorath. Those are fucking awesome. Like those are must gets. My man Nasser, I'm 8 minutes behind. That Venom is my favorite figure of the year too, brother. Yeah, my man Nasser. I love this guy. This guy knows what's up, man. Proper action figure collector, my boy Nasser. So yeah, guys, this is your Marvel vs. Capcom 2 minus the Capcom. But if you're in the mood for some Capcom, man, Jada Toys coming with their Vega pre-order, so it looks like it's opening up soon. I don't think it has yet, but did the price go up on? If it has, did the price go up on them? Because if this is $30, I'm just like, I don't know, man. It's got like some soft goods to it. I still think it looks great though. I don't want to say it's not worth it, but man, I was really happy with their price points at $25 and shit like that. But they're kind of smaller characters. Obviously, the Sagat's a little bit bigger. The Blanca's a little bit beefier. I hope this one's back to the $25 price point, but if it's not, I can understand. Same kind of thing going on with, like, obviously we were just talking about MEZCOs and the tariff costs and stuff. It's a good excuse, guys. It's justifiable that it might be a little bit higher, but I think it still looks good. Maybe it's a little bit too. It kind of looks a little bit too thick, a little bit. I always kind of imagine this dude a little bit slimmer, from what I can remember. I remember he had like a big upper torso, but I feel like his legs are just a little bit too. I don't know. I always thought he had like slimmer legs, but maybe they had to reuse from previous releases. They weren't able to kind of tool up new legs or anything like that. But doesn't look, just looks slightly off, like right here for me. It just looks a little bit too wide. I don't know what it is. But outside of that, I feel like the paint, the accessories, everything is on point. Especially like that serpent that wraps around his body and arm. That shit is dope, and that's fucking pretty good deco. I'm sure that costed them a nice penny to get that super accurate on there. So that was cool. And then the extra head sculpts, I like that there is a mask off accessory, so he's like taking off his mask and shit before the fight or after the fight. Like that's fucking cool. And then, man, if you got like a fence accessory, you got this fool climbing up on the fence, that must be fucking awesome. Man, Nasser definitely getting that Juggernaut Shumagrath too. Oh fuck yeah, man. Tory Black, I wish the blue Venom had pinless legs, man. Yeah, that's a fucking bummer, dude. I feel like if they would have done that for like the War Machine, it's like that automatically is a worthy reason for me to get that War Machine 2-pack. As simple as that would have been, right? That's crazy, but man, that's what I'm like, dude. You guys want to keep like advancing, then all that pins and shit on that, it needs to go, man. Like that shit's got to go because you already came out with the tech. Already came on with it. You've shown that you can do this, then do it, man. It's for the good, because you're never probably gonna make another blue Venom. I would hope not, at least, or I can't imagine that they would. It's like you're already putting it on the suit pack, so make this shit perfect, man. Capcom must know about these figures now. I wonder if they are gonna contact Hasbro. This feels very much like IP infringement, man. I mean, they really danced around with it. They didn't. Obviously, there's no Capcom figures in the whole wave, but I don't know. I feel like, what, since they still have, these are their characters, I can imagine that Capcom wants to work with Marvel in the future again also. So it kind of goes both ways, just like, hey, motherfucker, like we let you use these characters in your games, so fuck you, and if you ever want to use them again, you shut the fuck up. I mean, they just recently put out like that remastered version of them, so I feel like there's like probably good ties between the two companies and stuff, because I mean, those video games are just all-time favorites, and I feel like there should be good kind of business contacts like that. Maybe they did contact them and let them know maybe we're putting this out there, but I think they were safe enough to kind of tweak it around enough. It doesn't have anything to do with Capcom. They didn't even mention it on the stream that this is that. They were just kind of really hush about that side, and it still passes off as fucking as still comic book. It's like this ain't shit that we don't make already. So, but I get what you're saying. It could have been something very risque like that. All you need is a window screen mesh to use as a net, less than 10 USD for Jada Vega. There you go. There you go. Yeah. There's like some good like fence accessories though that I've seen like dial makers make and stuff. You can even make one too. It's not doesn't look that hard. I know what you mean. Yeah, it's definitely interesting that they danced around it so much. Yeah. I think it's obviously for the good of the collector. I think people were happy to get it, but like a cool collaboration would have been awesome. Like, yo, this is gonna be we're licensing Capcom, and it's a proper Marvel versus Capcom, and then Marvel Legends is able to make Capcom figures. Like, oh, that would have been fucking crazy. Like, man, but the tooling for that, and then they could probably never use that tooling again. Obviously, I don't know. That's like dream project shit, right? It was like you see these two companies working together. It's just like, yeah, they should be doing that more and more often. I know we've seen it in the past, obviously with like TMNT, Power Rangers and stuff, but it'd be cool to see it more and more, you know, with like different companies and shit spread out. I know NECA has even done it, like TMNT, Batman. TMNT fucking collab with literally anybody though. And then jumping back to Hasbro, just to kind of finish out the stream, we got a poll stream coming on June 4th, so just a few days away. So we got more stuff to kind of talk about. So it's good for that. And yeah, it's gonna be G.I. Joe based. So Yojo June in full swing, man. And they're already kind of getting little teaser images out there. We got Budo getting teased out by these guys, a little render reveal. I don't know shit about no G.I. Joe Budo guy, but it looks cool enough, you know. It's definitely got that fucking samurai inspiration to him and shit. So it's got cool little armor accessories and stuff. I want to see this. I want to see this figure not rendered out and see how it looks in hand and stuff. It looks interesting. So yeah, they're always kind of teasing this stuff out. It looks like they got a whole bunch of new stuff to show off. So looking forward to that on the 4th. And then also Transformer Studio Series, man. They had been teasing out these like blacked out images and stuff. And right here, all over to the right, we got like a little teaser image, a little teaser display for Studio 86 Megatron. And man, yesterday fucking X just blew up with this dude's fucking review. Somebody got an early look at it. It's all over YouTube and X and stuff. You guys haven't seen it. And it looks fucking good, man. Silhouette wise, it looks good. The one thing I am kind of not really happy with is like that color on his like legs, his lower half, like his leg parts. Kind of looks a little bit too, I don't know, it looks off kind of. I don't know what it is. And maybe it's because of the plastic of it. It just looks too plasticky and looks weird. And then obviously the big controversy to what this was going to be is that it's Studio 86. It's like this motherfucker got to transform into the gun. You know they weren't going to make the gun. You know they weren't going to make the fucking gun. And the reason people wanted them to make it a gun and not a tank is because they didn't want to see no goddamn treads on the robot mode. And they did the best they could. They hid those fucking treads the best they could. Not perfect, but like I said, silhouette wise, it looks pretty freaking awesome. You know, for this to be a mainline Transformers Megatron, they hid the treads as much as they could. You know, it's like, all right, you know, it's not really perfect, but sculpt wise, I feel like that head sculpt's fucking awesome. You know, it just looks pretty damn good for Megs. It's got cool little accessories. You kind of pour it onto him and stuff. And then, yeah, obviously, like I said, it's not going to transform into the gun. They did the tank mode. Kind of a bummer, but I think people obviously not going to understand. It's the fucking internet. But we just know they're never going to do a Hooded Cobra Commander. They're never going to do a Megatron gun anymore. I gotta hold out hope. I gotta hold out hope for that missing link Megatron. If Kara can do that, missing link Megatron transforms into a fucking gun, I'm buying that shit. I don't care if they charge me $300 for that shit. I want it, bro. It's like something that I would always want. Maybe it's like if I was like a vintage collector, it's like a fucking vintage Megatron inbox. Just got that motherfucker in the chromed out gun and shit. It just looks so sweet. It's like, man, Hasbro, you fucking cowards. You fucking cowards. You could have easily done it, man. You know, it's like they just obviously don't want the controversy. I don't want to say it's dangerous, but you know, fucking stupid kid probably gets shot by somebody. That's what they always say. Yeah, whatever, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, here's the two alt modes, you know, side by side with each other. And then right here next to like fully transformed 86 Studio 86 Optimus. It's pretty good figure. I feel like the head sculpt could have been better on the Optimus, but the head sculpt on the Megatron right here is just fucking awesome. It looks so good. I'm probably copying this just to put it like this on my shelf, just versus my Optimus that I have. And then I am kind of backtracking on some of the Studio 86 stuff, man. I do want to get like some of the more main characters and shit, and just kind of have that be my little cartoon Transformers display and shit. So definitely a Megatron for that. And yeah, happy to see that it wasn't a bad one, man. It's pretty damn good if I do say so myself, just with minor nitpicks and stuff. But outside of that, I feel like they knocked it out of the park with as far as the silhouette goes and shit. And hopefully it's not as much as the fucking Optimus. I could see this going for like 55, $60, maybe 65, like that Megatronus. Megatronus. Make Megatron turn into a gun and a realistic one. None of that futuristic shit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just you fucking cowards, man. Like, just make him a gun, make it a HasLab, and it's just like, dude, adult collectors aren't stupid enough to go get shot up with the shit out on the street. I always find those excuses just batshit crazy ridiculous, but then it only takes one time. You see some stupid kid. That's what happened to that Boba Fett, right? That vintage Boba Fett with the missile firing action. Fucking kid choked on it and shit. Like, fucking dumbass kid, bro. It's like fucking. I always, whenever I hear about that stuff, I'm like, man, like it's fucking survival of the fittest, bro. The dumb motherfuckers die and the smart ones survive. It's just like process of elimination. These motherfuckers are killing themselves, you know. It's just like, oh man. Obviously, it sucks for the family, but I mean, come on, man. If your kid was that dumb to shoot himself in the fucking throat. It's like, I don't think he was gonna make a fucking necessary addition to society as an adult, man. Hasbro Transformers are disgraceful. My man Fight Codenames not a fan. Come on, Codenames. It's not that bad, bro. It's not that bad, man. It could be worse. It could be a hell of a lot worse. It could be Super 7 Ultimates. And like I said, man, they transform, and I feel like for that's good. You know, it's not perfect, but I'm still copping this shit. I like it. And then just future kind of toy news, man. It looks like Medicom toy exhibition, a couple months. So yeah, it looks like July or some shit, I think, or forgot the exact date on here. I think it's July or something July 26th through the 31st this year. So it looks like we're gonna get to look at those new Mayfex reveals. Same thing they kind of do every year when they do these toy exhibitions and stuff. Obviously, they show their Bear Bricks and stuff, but in their Mayfex booth, we get to see early prototypes. Then we get to see painted models, and kind of based off of those painted models, we get an idea of like what's going up for pre-order. I hope that Batgirl goes up for pre-order soon, man. I can't wait to get my hands on that. And then that Tim Drake, right? Tim Drake already went up for pre-order. Can't wait to see that in hand. But yeah, looking forward to this. Maybe see a Doomsday finally fully painted up. I know that was one of their grayscale models last year. So yeah, we'll get to see that. And then that's all the toy news, guys. Did we do a giveaway? We did one 2 weeks ago, right? The gayest guy in the chat won. Shout out to my man Boncho. Not doing one this week, guys, but be on the lookout for future ones. Like I always say, man, thank you guys for joining me and stuff. Try to keep this shit to 2 hours, but I was going on too much about fucking Lilo and Stitch and shit, and the translation into live action. So fucking dumb. But man, thank you guys for joining me, man. Like I always say, if you guys watch the whole stream, part of the stream, or you watch the replay, I really appreciate it, man. Thank you guys. And then I've been trying to get back into the weekly shit, man. It's just there's a lack of toy news, honestly, guys. It's not as good as it was the last few years. I think I kind of gets me kind of gets me to wonder if it is gonna like die off soon, man. Because obviously we get like these tariff scares and stuff, and not really like scares, but they are like things, that they could definitely affect this hobby and stuff, So for the most part, I'm glad that we still have like this little stuff that we can kind of come in and chat about and stuff, because can't do it with other people outside of here, man. So I am thankful that I have it here. But yeah, outside of that, man, nothing else, nothing new for me. Just that, man. Until the next episode, man, we'll be here. Fucking goddamn StreamYard, bro. I feel like they change something every fucking week. Then now it's just like I used to have all my videos lined up, and it's just like, this is the intro, this is the countdown, this is the outro. Now it looks like a fucking it's not even labeled. Like fucking shit, bro. Why did you guys do this? I'm trying to sign off. I'm trying to sign off without clicking the
The
wrong
following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language.
like I fucking picked the wrong one. Here it is, man. Outro, man. So all right, guys, until the next one, man. You guys take care of yourselves, man. Keep buying those stuff, keep collecting, and I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Peace out.